This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin Freakin.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol. It's Christmas Eve, bitches. Welcome. And apparently, we're getting some sort of announcement from President Donald Epstein and Whiskey Pete Hegseth here in just a few minutes. They're with the Secretary of the Navy. I don't know what's going on. Are we going to war with it? Now every press conference is, are we going to announce that we're going to war with fucking Venezuela? I hate it here. But it's a fun little intro, and it's all nice and cozy, and it's the week of Christmas, and I'm not high enough for this shit, so let's light one up, tip one back. Is this the announcement from the other day that we're actually going to invade Venezuela? Right-wing media has been calling his press conference the other night like a brilliant manipulation of the media. That they planted the story that they were going to say that they were going to invade Venezuela in order to get the media to let him highlight all his accomplishments. Dip, welcome in. Holiday. Boy Meets Minnie. The horror. He says the horror as we have like the most homey, comforting intro that you could possibly have. Images of sugar plum fairies and candy canes, stockings hung by the chimney, people ice skating out in front of a decorated Christmas tree. The horror. Seriously, I'm not high enough for this shit. Indeed, my friend, a front for the horror that is American politics. I've got to ask, what'd you guys do to review Bra? What did you guys do to review Bra? I just noticed he posted his newest video 4 hours ago, and it's called What's the Point? And he is looking incredibly sad. In the thumbnail, I can't get over it. If you guys destroyed Review Bra, that boy is too pure for the internet. I wish he would cut his fingernails though, because he'd be eating these Burger King fucking shits with these long ass fingernails. I'm like, what is up with you, dude? You guys destroyed Review Bra. Wait a minute, where am I playing? Okay, there we go. It was Inception. Look at Review Bra. What'd you guys do to him? He's completely given up. I'm sorry, Review Bra.
So I've mentioned this before in my reviews from time to time. I figured I'd elaborate on it right away because it gives context to everything that I really want to talk about here. When it comes down to the reviews that I do, it's not like there's a methodology is what I'm trying to say behind choosing, obviously, what I end up actually...
Bro, you take so many notes.
And there's a few factors that go into it. You know, at this point in time, I try to determine, alright, is this an item that people are interested in? Is it obtainable? Do I think that the video is going to do well? Because obviously, well... I want to have that general applicability. Of course, doing these videos, it's what I do also, and I have to take the analytics into account. And then I have various resources that I peruse through. You know, there's the fast... You would actually believe it, there are...
So, what's this gonna be? Is he quitting YouTube? There are a lot of content creators are quitting. It's not worth the time anymore.
I'll release that, and, you know, so then I browse through that, and then I make a choice from there. I look at requests that come in, and so, you know, it's a whole process.
Retooling the channel?
The holiday...
You guys tuned in for politics. I'm like, what's wrong with Review Bra?
So, most of the places that have made big releases already have, and then the next wave of releases is usually going to come in January. So I was trying to think, okay.
I watched him do the SpongeBob review the other day. He hated it. The Burger King SpongeBob
meal, I did that.
Yeah.
There was the McDonald's Grinch meal. I took care of that.
Yeah, you did. I watched the Grinch one.
Popeyes 5 Nights at Freddy's 2 partnership.
Oh, that's what broke him.
So
5 Nights at Freddy's
took a pen
Popeyes
and
meal.
started jotting down notes on it. That's actually what I do. And as I was doing that, there was an expression that came to my mind.
He's not going to off himself before the end of the video, is he?
And it's actually what motivated me to just turn the camera on and just do this. I was noting it down. I was starting to note down the details of the meal with the Popeye.
He's like, what have I become?
And you know what I thought? I thought
15 years of doing this shit.
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
Now, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're asking yourself, what's the point? Especially in a tone like that.
Brother, I do it all the time.
It's not an ideal situation, and it speaks volumes about whatever it is that's being dealt with. What's the point? Well, it's Popeyes, you know? It's Popeyes 5 Nights at Freddy's 2 meal.
He's trying to muster some excitement.
Something crunch menu that they have. Doesn't matter. What's the point? Popeyes is one of those chains that has fallen so far from greatness. I can't even begin. I could talk for probably...
Greatness review, bro. Come on.
...about Popeyes. I kid you not. They are one of the few chains that had... They had the world back in 2019. The Popeyes chicken sandwich. That was... For those of you that remember that, the hype behind that was in...
His disappointment with Popeyes is immeasurable.
Before, in the fast food world, you had every other fast food place trying to copy Popeyes after that, emulate their style of chicken sandwich for years afterward. Now it's kind of dying down a little bit, but for years you had places doing this. Popeyes was... They were a phenomenon.
Please don't give up, review bra.
Is what can be best described.
We need you.
And they have fallen so far, so quickly, in the span of about 5 years? Now, that it went from... If Popeyes made a new release in 2019, 2020, I would be all over it, and so would everyone else. They were the fast food chicken place at the time. And they went from that to me despondently sitting here.
Somebody broke review bra, Media Winch. It seems like it was Popeyes.
The first thing that comes to my mind is, now when I think of Popeyes, ooh, delicious chicken, right? Oh, 5 Nights at Freddy's 2 partnership? No. I think about the last review that I did.
No, apparently they've gone way down in quality. And review bra's disappointment is immeasurable.
Smelled like literal fecal matter. And some people thought the expression was a joke, and I understand it. A lot of people will say that in far more coarse language, and they'll say, "Oh, this smells like," and it's just degenerate.
Smells like shit.
Smells unpleasant. No,
review bra is too polite to say shit. Like he is too innocent for the internet.
I'll tell you what, it didn't make me feel too well afterward for days. There was a lot of pain in my stomach and just gastrointestinal tract. And you put the pieces together, you eat something that smells
like shit,
excrement, and then it makes you feel equally bad.
And then you get the shits.
Yeah, it's not too hard to put the pieces together.
2 + 2 equals review bra condemns Popeyes.
Serious food quality issues, prices that are out of control. And a lot of this can be said for other establishments too, but Popeyes is one of these cases that they have just fallen so far.
He had such a love of Popeyes that's what's made it even worse.
And I said to myself, you know what? Forget it. I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Do I want to spend the holidays and the end of 2025 sick reviewing something that the analytics speak for themselves too? If you'd believe it, I looked at the numbers and averaged things out. Back in 2019, 2020, just for the sake of curiosity, the interest was there, and I think this speaks also broadly in terms of the general public. This is in
Rusty Moose, welcome in.
to other videos.
He's been broken. Popeyes has broke this boy.
To the reviews. Back in 2019,
I think she's wondering where Review Bra is from, and I'm not sure.
962% higher views than the other reviews I did at the time. 962%, almost a 1,000% increase. Late 2019, they released their...
I feel weird Googling it because he's been stalked before.
Compared to other reviews at the time. Even their buttermilk shrimp in 2020, 160% increase compared to the other videos. There was interest in Popeyes. Alright, what do we have today, now in 2025?
Reddit thinks he's in Florida.
Menu. It's Hot Ones. This should be... It's Hot Ones, for God's sake. That smelled like... Needn't say anything more. How well did that do? 25% lower.
Wikitubia says
The
Florida.
other reviews that I had done at the time from other places. Their chicken dippers, 57%.
Everything sucks in Florida. I mean, I've been to Florida, so I can attest.
Actually good, 15% lower. Their ghost pepper...
We do have resident Florida man in the chat. Clinically may show up eventually.
Video, and I checked...
Welcome. I'm sorry I got off on...
Video after video.
I got off on a tangent about Review Bra because we go to the front page of YouTube and it might not be there. Okay, there it was. You saw the thumbnail for a second before it went away. But Review Bra was broken. And he had a video that said, "What's the point?" And I'm like, who did this to Review Bra? Michael Jackson and the Epstein files. This is an interesting thing. So I got the background on this picture. First of all, the other picture with Bill Clinton and Michael Jackson with Diana Ross and hers and his kids, that had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. That was apparently some sort of shit that the DOJ put in there to like throw people off. This picture of Michael with Jeffrey Epstein actually happened when Michael was looking at Jeffrey Epstein's house to buy it because he was writing music with Barry Gibb at the time. And Barry Gibb lived in Palm Beach down the road from Jeffrey Epstein, and Epstein's house was for sale. And Michael had no idea who he was. They snapped that picture as he was looking at the house. So that's the context behind the photo. Michael Jackson had no association with Jeffrey Epstein whatsoever. I want to defend the good name of MJ. I am an MJ stan. He absolutely did not do it. If you think that there are credible child molestation accusations against MJ, you have been misinformed. I wish the kid from 91, 92 would come out and say something. He is withdrawn from the public. He refuses to come out and they've tried to get him to come out to slander Michael, and he refuses to do that. I wish that he would come out and clear Michael. His dad is on tape saying that he wanted to extort Michael Jackson, so... The 2005 trial, Michael dominated it. There was no evidence whatsoever that he did anything wrong. Tom Mesereau eviscerated the prosecution, and Michael was not only acquitted, but was exonerated through the course of the trial. And it is almost 4:20 on the East Coast. If you're going to join me, you've got 10 seconds. I love that graphic. I need to use it more. We are awaiting an announcement from President Pigshit, Whiskey Pete Hegseth. They're apparently coming to us from the Navy or some shit. Are we going to war with Venezuela now? Perhaps that's the announcement? I don't know. I don't know what we're getting. It could be a bunch of nothing. It could just be Trump and Hegseth glazing each other. Or maybe Hegseth just glazing Pete Hegseth. Or Hegseth glazing Trump. Oh yes, this was Media Winds was telling me earlier about the wild weather that California is getting ready to experience. It's like apocalyptical. Forecasted heavy rain, flooding, snow, and I assume that's probably going to result in tornadoes. It's going to be fires, maybe. Landslides. Throw you guys an earthquake in there. You just have a crazy ass week. Also, we've got some clips from, was it CPAC? Is that what went on? I don't even, there's all these stupid ass conservative conferences. All the goddamn, I can't keep up with it. What the fuck was this? It was a CPUS America Fest. America Fest. Yeah, let's do that first. America Fest. Pretty sure if you've been watching Producer Dave, you've probably gotten a good dose of America Fest. I think he was watching some content from it last night when I was in there. This is the widow of Charlie Kirk, one Miss Erica Kirk. Is this Judah Freeland next to her on the stage? Prometheus, welcome in. Oh, is this is that detransitioner, isn't it? the one that kind of looks like it's Pat. God, I'm horrible. Cancel Justin.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good. Despite the loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good. Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted.
This is amazing. I can't get enough of this.
Grit. It has been a long day.
You're not a grifter, honey.
Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good.
I beg to differ. Because if you are going to grift off of the death of Charlie Kirk, you might do something like set up a booth that is a replica of the booth that he was killed in. Let people come up and take pictures. I bet they were selling pictures in front of it, weren't they?
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it. You can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it. You can see.
Apparently there is some surprise that Nicki Minaj showed up at this America Fest. I would like to point you guys back to, I think it was 2016, 2017. Nicki came out with an album that flopped real hard while a certain young rapper by the name of Cardi B was catching fire. And she tried to start a whole beef with Cardi B, and Cardi basically just kind of like shrugged her off. And she looked like a petty bitch, and her career has been downhill since. Nicki Minaj showing up at America Fest.
Be silenced ever again. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world. Amen.
Amen.
Ma'am, I will have you know, Christians never shut the fuck up. I can say this with 100% certainty. They never shut the fuck up. So acting like Christians are somehow being silenced is insane. She's married to a rapist. Her brother is a rapist, so a little more of Nicki Minaj before we take
every single thing a person
Trump here in a second.
Publicly, having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on. You'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And
man, like, she is talking about every speaker at this event. I can show you J.D. Vance taking shots at Omar Fatah and several others, just with blatant lies.
And that's not, and it's just not fair. But
Pitchfork has named Nicki Minaj's entire online presence as the worst moment in hip hop this year.
Heart and soul. And they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart.
I think she's talking about
but both
Trump and Vance.
A very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. Like, I know that they're not, don't you?
One of us. One of us.
They haven't lost touch of the world. You know, they're still connected to,
oh, ma'am, I totally think you have lost touch with the world.
With the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people. They have the ability to still connect and be real and make us feel proud to be American.
Trump does not make me feel proud to be American. I'm sorry to inform you of that. We are moments away from a Trump Hegseth announcement of some sort. Let's go to Right Side Broadcasting. This should be fun. We'll take Right Side Broadcasting as we wait.
7th Commander-in-Chief, along with Secretary Hegseth and Secretary Phelan, as cut number 17. Secretary Robert F. Kennedy.
The chat is subscribers only,
regulations and rules at Health and Human Services. Major steps to protecting America's children, including New rules to bar hospitals from performing sex-rejecting procedures on minors. FDA warning letters to companies marketing breast binders to children. A Section 504 update clarifying gender dysphoria isn't considered.
You can't buy breast binders
It's amazing
anymore.
to think that really this
Kiddos.
child abuse was taking place across the country. I think these doctors really need to be held accountable for performing life-altering surgeries, especially to those suffering from mental illness or the gender dysphoria, which is just bizarre in and of itself. Number
DJ
8,
Dub, welcome in.
in case you missed it, and President Trump speaking on this earlier, announcing more than 1,450,000 military service members receiving a special warrior dividend before Christmas Day. In honor of our
They are
nation's
not.
in 1776, we are sending every soldier one.
That has been fact-checked, and what he's doing is reallocating a housing allowance.
Their way, so that
The money they would have gotten anyway.
likely in time.
Is he basically taking from their housing allowance and calling it a bonus?
Cut 21.
Are they now going to be short on their housing allowance because of it?
Graphs in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. We saw that just the other night. The Biden real wage losses versus
Fuzzy Simba.
real wage
The Biden real wage
a
losses.
worker, and how that is continuing to climb under this administration, now 11 months into the new administration. Also with gasoline, and cut 22 with that graph showing how
String up the pedophiles from
under
a tree.
Trump
No,
administration.
I'm not good at writing songs off the top of my head.
Skyrocketed right between
That's for better people than me.
2023 mark under Biden, and this is also in the 45th administration.
That's all the left should talk about is stringing pedophiles up from a tree. That's a good idea.
And going down with this peak low. During
festive.
COVID, so that changed it slightly there, but was already low on average. So a good indicator of how people can save some money in the economy. Also,
Tim?
diverse migration numbers rather extraordinary.
We should hang everybody named Tim.
And that graph being highlighted in the Rocky Mount North
I know a cool Tim,
issue as
so I think I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah,
But I
native-born and
almost, if it hadn't been for that one redeeming Tim,
administration.
it's going to be like every other Tim I know is a piece of shit.
Really, a lot of positives
One redeeming Tim.
of this less than 1 year in office.
Pedos nuts roasting over an open fire.
America Fest. Let's be optimistic. Be impatient about certain things and certain major items that need to get
Wait, what does that graph say?
time. Really be
Native-born employment level.
in record time.
Are you shitting me?
Are continually ridiculed by the far
How
left
do you even measure
in
that?
the Democrat Party, virtually when you look to the ones on Capitol Hill. But as we saw from interviewing people,
Is it because he has a little dick?
Republicans, it was
Or
Democrats.
is it because he has a big... So you never know with nicknames. It could be like, ha ha ha, this guy has a little dick. We're calling him Big Dick Tim. Or he could be called Big Dick Tim because he has a really big
Not only in
dick.
this term, but in the first term of President Trump back in 2017 to
I can't wait to have your
2021.
cock
So
in
as we
my mouth.
analyze and break
going to
all
give
of
you the
that down,
blowjob of your
we await
life,
President Trump to make
then
an
I want
announcement
you
with
inside.
Secretary Hegseth and also
Big Dick Tim confirmed to have a big dick.
momentarily as the White House releasing private sector job
Well-earned nickname,
President
apparently.
Trump's economy, and something that was quite highlighted along with all of the successes of this term so far in Rocky Mount, North Carolina on Friday night. The strong jobs report shows how President Trump is fixing the damage caused by Joe Biden and creating a strong American.
How does Stephen Miller know about Big Dick Tim's dick?
President Trump took office, 100% of the job growth has come into the private sector and among Native
Huh, Prometheus?
Americans.
You think I just fell out of a coconut tree?
Workers'
You think
wages
you
are
just fell out of a
rising,
coconut
prices are falling, and trillions of dollars of
For
investment.
like the last 2 years, I haven't been able to hear my
The
drops.
American economy is primed to make a boom in 2026, according to White House press secretary.
More like prom to make a boom boom.
Superstar doing a wonderful job on a daily basis for this administration. Now, the jobs report just from last week showing the strength of President
Media
Trump's
Lynch, thank you for the
the
resub.
private sector where it should be. Here's what you need to know. Since September, the private sector gaining 121,000 jobs, while the federal government has shed 168,000 jobs as the Trump administration shrinks the runaway federal bureaucracy.
Oh, man.
Federal employment is now at the lowest level in over a decade, down 271,000 jobs since President Trump took office.
Flash, I don't know. Is that what this announcement is going to be? It's hard to tell.
Any economic expectation.
You would think some sort of declaration of war would be in prime time.
Job growth has come in the private sector and among.
Well, it wouldn't be a declaration of war. Only Congress can do that. But whatever.
Taking office, President
Trump saying he's going to attack Venezuela.
Private sector jobs between January and 2025 in November, 2.7 million native-born Americans gaining employment, while 972,000.
Where would you even pull that number from?
2.75 million native-born Americans joined the labor force.
He unilaterally declared them a terrorist organization, the whole state. Well, probably the government, right? Because he's claimed before that Maduro is the head of like the Sons of Anarchy cartel or something.
In America, with American workers leading.
I know that's not it, but like it's just as made up.
On track to rise by 4.2% in the first full year of the Trump administration, far outpacing.
Dems say Merry Christmas.
Complete reversal from the Biden era. Now, labor force participation.
America first. If you can't handle that, get ghost.
More Americans.
Bye-bye, Felicia.
In the Trump
Game over.
The slight increase in the unemployment rate.
No doubt, holy buckets.
Because more Americans are jumping back into the job.
President Trump is 79-year-old, working in a very stressful job, with many opponents trying to sabotage him. Pray for his health, strength, wisdom, discernment, success, and safety.
Government. As President Trump also...
The Skull Kid says, my God, this guy is boring.
...is preparing for a trip to Davos, Switzerland. That will take place on January 21st.
Davos.
For your Christmas celebrations, getting settled in. And
Prometheus is definitely praying for his health.
Result of January and the
Christ saves you and me, says definitely most important to be nice but real. Fake nice is manipulative.
Closely as the real
Merry Christmas, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Basis here, this president
Skull Kid, don't take the Lord's name in vain.
Those wages right here.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and fuck Joe Biden.
Speech on Friday in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, as well as poking fun at certain individuals.
Living on Donald Trump time. Living on Donald Trump time. Gonna set my watch back to it because you know that I've been through it.
Illegal.
Living on Donald Trump time.
As a result of Governor Mark Dayton and former President Barack.
When is I kind of like reading. This is the comments
and actually blame
on Right Side Broadcasting Network, and it is a subscribers only.
Racism, Governor.
So this is only the biggest sycophants.
Just that when he and
pirates are
the great state of Minnesota turning their backs.
Trump waiting for the futures market to close at 4 Central Time.
But we know Elon.
Well, then why wouldn't he have a press conference at 5:15?
Her brother, in order for green card status.
Thank you, President Trump, for working so hard in a very stressful job, a very dangerous job. God bless you, and wishing you much success. Merry Christmas.
This country, and that's why Vice President J.D. Vance jokingly said she endorsed who would be the future.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Democrats suck.
Jacob Fry winning re-election in that. Even he on
Trump goat flag
Islamist Ilhan Omar and AOC +3, these communists that are in the Congress seeking
something is wrong with walls
of the president.
Protect our wonderful president in all his travels, especially to evil Davos.
The will of the people and this great country of ours. So we'll watch that very closely as common sense and promises made, promises kept.
President Trump will be speaking immediately before doing a dance and exiting the stage
of America.
Oh, shit, somebody gave out a shit ton of gift memberships.
An announcement with Secretary Hegseth and Secretary Phelan from the Southern White House all the way down in Palm Beach, Florida.
But we're going to Palm Beach. That's.
Welcome to Right Side Broadcasting Network, your trusted conservative news outlet.
That is David Byrne.
Deliver the truth when the mainstream media falls short. Since 2015, we've proudly broadcasted every.
Like, that's Psycho Killer, isn't it?
Iconic MAGA rallies, bringing you the excitement and energy live before anyone else. By watching RSBN, you get an unfiltered front row view of the action on the ground. We interviewed the crowds to give a voice to millions
That's
of
not,
Americans
but it was
just like
very
you.
similar.
We show you President Trump's speeches in their entirety, free from interruptions and censorship.
Psycho killer.
The stories that matter
Qu'est-ce
to you
que
with the
c'est?
integrity and passion you deserve. Thank you for choosing RSBN as your home for America First News. Together, we stand strong, united, and informed.
Hi, RSBN. Love you guys. I believe I was one of your original 50 subscribers. Been watching you all the way.
From Diamond and Silk.
Oh my God, it's Silk.
Don't forget.
I haven't thought about her in years.
Right Side Broadcasting Network.
Since her butt buddy died.
Support Right Side Broadcasting Network. It's imperative that you do so, okay? Bye-bye.
It's imperative that you support Right Side Broadcasting.
allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN. You can scan that QR code now. RSBN.
Do not scan that QR code. It will put
10% off.
malware on your phone or your
antibiotics that will save you and yours from
device.
bacterial and viral infections, NAD+ and much
I really enjoy the RSBN hosts. Can you mention them in the notes so we can know them by name? Thanks.
And in case you missed it, President Trump in North Carolina last Friday for the last rally of the year as the sun begins to set on the federal.
Warlord says they're going to be announcing a new battleship.
Producer, as we await President Trump to make an announcement.
Just ordered a pizza. Maybe it will arrive before the president.
Of a barn burner of an event there in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Ducky, welcome in. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden.
Well, I'm thrilled to be back in this incredible state with so many.
Whole coast and state of California is about to get slammed with a huge storm system starting tomorrow through Friday. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. I ran out of time. I was covering the TPUSA event.
Celebrate 11 incredible months. It's been the most successful.
Let's go, Brandon.
Any president.
Thank you, Right Side Broadcasting, for this wonderful year of political leadership and MAGA support. Goddamn continues to shower on his blessing. Oh, God.
North Carolina.
It said GD, so I assume
More than 150,000
he missed the O.
Lifted off of food stamps. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender.
I see no reason why Nick Reiner shouldn't be freed until trial. Just confine him in California. It'll be fine.
Laughing anymore.
Okay, that's kind of fucking funny.
Our country was dead. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world because we finally have a president who puts America.
Oh, yeah, I forget to subscribe on YouTube. Just means subscribe. It doesn't mean pay money. That's right. I'm not subscribed to Right Side Broadcasting. That kind of amazes me.
As the Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, and the Rocky Mount, North Carolina rallies really focusing on domestic policy, affordability, and ultimately what the $18 trillion of tariffs bringing back to the United States of America. President Trump did not forget about Greenland. You might be asking, well, that happened in the first 100 days. What's the updates with that? Well, with cut number 2, President Trump appointed.
Never vote a Democrat, but Ohio has a rhino, and that's just as bad.
Up in Greenland.
Are they talking about Marino?
Those discussions with the Kingdom of Denmark and what that might take for.
Are they talking about the other dude? Who's the other senator from Ohio? Is it even a dude?
Rather strategic in the defense of the United States and North America as a whole. Again, Seward's Folly was the nickname for acquiring Alaska at the time. 2 cents.
Why can I not remember who the other senator from Ohio is?
William Seward being scolded by that from media at the time in the 19th.
It was Vance.
That has really turned out to be, ever since a state becoming 1959, the 49th state in the Union. Really a crucial defense tool for all of the Pacific, not only helping the Pacific Fleet, but also our Air Force, Navy, and really our entire military being stationed up there at J Bear outside of Anchorage.
Vote by character, not by party affiliation, to save America.
Greenland would have that same exact effect to deter any threats that may come in through the North Atlantic. So President Trump appointing Governor
DeWine could be worse. I don't think he's running again. Yeah, DeWine, I think, is running for the Senate.
There could be...
That's who's going to be running against. I think Sherrod Brown
versus the Republicans
is going to run again. He lost in the last race to, I think it was J.D. Vance.
Number 3, President.
Or was that the Bernie Moreno race? I don't know. I'm confused now.
Versus the failures.
Jasmine Crockett going to be running in the primary in Texas. We will need to do a show where we'll do that at the first of the year, like a
securing the borders,
year in elections preview.
Democrats obstructing with the government shutdown, yet another impeachment hoax. And
are you playing 10 and not 10-2?
It's the reason why.
How far are you into 10?
Shutdown was their temper tantrum over just that very issue. And even other headlines that are not so positive to President Trump.
It's been a while since like 8 hours. You're still pretty early on.
What's happened with the U.S. trade deficit going down over the last few weeks? In some cases,
but you've like met Waka and shit, right? That's about where you're at.
Saying that the U.S. trade deficit unexpectedly shrinks to the smallest since 2020. Wall Street Journal. The U.S. trade deficit falls to a 5-year low. Also, the New York Times, Trump's tariffs shrank the U.S. trade deficit in September. Incredible success there. Also, the lower trade.
I started Final Fantasy III on stream 2 nights ago.
Tariffs are working. President Trump highlighting that in the speech the other night.
I bought 6 for my birthday this year.
He got in trouble with the First Lady.
Come on in.
About it. But now tariffs is his 5th favorite word.
Curious are over here to my left.
Favorite word.
Ooh, also handing me a bowl. Yay!
Congresswoman Elise Stefanik.
Not high enough for this.
Dropping her bid to
I don't have a problem unless I think I do. Then I give that problem to God. Through the blood of Jesus. Jesus carries my prayers. Thank you, Jesus. I can't. He can. I think I'll let him.
Understand that, my friends and family members, moms and dads first, and it's a joy to watch all of that.
I am reading the chat from Right Side Broadcasting Network on YouTube.
To expand and build and create. Nothing more fulfilling in life, but that then turned President Trump to Mr. Bruce Blakeman, endorsing him in the New York governor's race. The very highly respected Nassau County executive, Bruce Blakeman, running to be the next governor of New York. President Trump highlighting that with cut number 5.
Bruce Blakeman?
Social. And that Bruce is MAGA all the way and has been with me from the very beginning. As Nassau County executive, he is working tirelessly with the brave heroes of ICE, Border Patrol, and law enforcement to keep our border secure, stop migrant crime, safeguard our community, ensure law and order. As your next governor, Bruce will continue to fight hard to grow the economy, cut taxes and regulations, promises made in the United States of America.
We already have too many characters in politics. The last administration, they were nothing but a bunch of moronic characters, and they created a whole bunch of clown characters.
Second Amendment. Bruce Blakeman is a fantastic guy and will win the big November election without...
I think several of these people are bots that are just there to...
for governor.
Talk about how awesome Right Side Broadcasting is.
New York. It can be great. Again, Bruce Blakeman will never...
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. We call your name, O Holy One, King of Kings. Holy, holy, holy is Father God.
People in line in Mount Rock, North Carolina.
Woof, woof. Hello.
North Carolina. The focus on why...
Watch Real Estate Mindset on YouTube. They are... Oh, that one... Oh, they got booted. A mod got rid of that one.
Ballot, with his name not being there, but his...
They were plugging something.
On the ballot. He needs those local...
President Trump is busier as ever. We must be patient.
Great reforms and legislation for the United States of America. And we have that recap with cut number 7 as well in North Carolina. That
I'm pasting Christian song lyrics from Tucker, Georgia.
Hill State, where the crowd was amazing. They will
Fun fact, Bo Biden is the worst president to ever take office in all of these 249 years.
Roy Cooper is a radical left lunatic who let the people of North Carolina down, especially in time of when they needed that. And all those storms that took place over the course of the 2024 campaign.
So Trump's
heading to Florida.
Truth Social sound exactly like it came out of the comment section. Right side broadcasting.
Secretary Hegseth and Secretary Phelan moments away.
Just a boomer-brained dipshit.
In the White House on the most favored nation drug pricing. There has never been anything like it in the medical world. Prices are now dropping at levels never seen before. This alone should allow and win the midterms for Republicans. No Democrats.
See, that was nonsensical.
Doing it, prices will be dropping by 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, even 800%.
Frosty Moose. I have no clue how many people are on YouTube, but we've got way more on Twitch.
Of great courage against.
And here's a cat. Hold on, let me show you a cat.
Joshua, fantastic entertainment, but kudos to Jake for his stamina and, frankly, ability against a much bigger man. President Trump, we know he enjoys fighting. Especially with UFC. We'll have the UFC fight right there at the White House on July 4th of 2026, our 250th anniversary. A great birthday party in store. Now, in case you missed it,
why do the Democrats suck so bad?
Recently, especially their snowstorms.
I didn't see who's that was Sovereign Knight 74 in the chat.
Some financial aid.
Would anybody in my chat like to answer Sovereign Knight 74? Why do the Democrats suck so bad?
Also doing that for, as it mentions there, I just spoke with Governor Greg Gianforte, the great state of Montana, informing him that I will be approving of an emergency declaration for Montana.
800% is a lot.
Severe
he is right. 800% is a lot to bring drug costs down.
I love Montana. Who doesn't? It's gorgeous out there in those mountain states, and especially a winter wonderland this time of year. It's a much bit different for Governor Tim Walz with cut number 9. $9 billion stolen in the great state of Minnesota. $9 billion was stolen from the state of Minnesota by illegal Somalian criminals. They must pay a big price now. And that's the president writing that directly on Truth Social, as he took a strike while we were out talking to people outside of the Rocky Mount Event Center in North Carolina. President Trump authorizing via his generals the strike.
Minnesota is living in sin. DJ Dub.
Syria with cut number 10.
Are you living in sin?
This was retribution for what happened to our Iowa State.
Thank you, XYZ. What a bunch of whiny babies.
Lost their lives because of ISIS's.
Paul needs acting lessons too. Don Jr. got engaged.
Syria,
country is gone and not coming back. Just look around if you don't believe that.
A very dignified ceremony. I am hereby announcing that the United States is inflicting very serious retaliation just as
trolls paid by the hour.
Murderous terrorists responsible, and we are striking very.
Yes, sad. He was a hater, but also stupid. His son looks nuts to me, but I guess Rob thought he was the world.
Problems, but one that has a bright future if ISIS.
First thing for Minnesota is to put Timmy in jail.
Of Syria.
DJ Dub, I have not had the chance to look into the accusations of fraud. I have not seen anybody be able to articulate exactly what the accusation is, so I'm assuming it's bullshit.
If you in any way attack or threaten the United States,
until I actually hear a cogent argument as to what fraud was committed.
We also have video in case you missed it with that transfer number 19, the dignified transfer ceremony video for your viewing pleasure from last week.
It went to a lady named Amy Bach, which, if you're not familiar, is a traditional Somali name. Is that what we're doing? Is this the event? I'm surprised the White House isn't live. The White House is live. I usually get a notification.
And the two guardsmen, Sergeant Edgar Brian Torres Tovar, only 25 of Des Moines, Iowa, Sergeant William Nathaniel Howard, 29 of Marshalltown, Iowa, losing their lives in that brutal and heinous attack. Our thoughts and prayers with their family members, especially this time of year.
Thoughts and prayers. Let's have a look at the White House Christmas decorations as we wait. I kind of like it. What do you guys think? Probably the best Trump one they've had. Be best. See nothing wrong with any of these Christmas decorations. That's a good question. Curious was talking to the dispensary about who they hired to do theirs. First Lady Melania Trump, porn star. Back to this is Roadside Broadcasting. We're still waiting for.
We have a live feed up there of the Southern White House. Mar-a-Lago will take you right there.
The Southern White House, Mar-a-Lago.
Hegseth and Secretary.
He is trying to make the White House look like Mar-a-Lago, isn't he?
In case you missed it,
look at that shit.
Bringing down gas prices. 100% of new jobs to American-born workers and in the private sector. Also, wages rising faster than inflation. President Trump highlighted...
God won't heal America. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and go every man into their own country.
And that's all on the heels...
No income taxes. Free the people.
Terrorists.
Megadeth's Dave Mustaine is a born-again Christian. That just makes me hate him even more. Imagine God told you to come invade America. Imagine.
I am bringing those high prices.
You didn't earn it if you didn't have it, perhaps. Trump is the chosen one from God. There is no other human being on earth that has the stamina Trump has.
Wages are rising much faster than inflation. Very importantly, there are more people.
I'd have to say that claiming Jake Paul fought a good fight is fake news.
And 100% of all
I heard he ran the whole fight. I didn't see it myself.
Sector rather than government. I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth.
Chess, eggs, some meat, gas, all down.
Much of this success has been accomplished by...
Military is the only quote-unquote way.
The hottest country anywhere in the world.
We're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
The results of the largest tax cuts in American history.
He's fucking high.
No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
A couple more oil tankers.
To announce
have the morale and enthusiasm of our troops high as all get out right now.
Warrior dividend. On day one, I declared
refreshing to see him not check his watch.
Gasoline is now under $2.
They're too good to be Hunter's crackhead scratches.
In some states, it, by the way, just...
Don Jr. got engaged to Bettina Anderson, announced on December 15th.
The next 12 months, we will...
You can't tell me some of these aren't bots.
New electrical generating plants. The yearly...
Or the mind of a bot. Half hour late, what the fuck?
$15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already got...
God gave his grace on thee.
$3,000. We're poised for...
Hot, no tax on U.S. no more.
Never seen.
Trump 2028. Best president in a long time.
Job growth going up exponentially in the Trump economy.
Did I miss it?
And White House Press Secretary
The
Caroline.
economy is now fix everything. Will all right when Jerome Powell leaves office. The stock market is through the roof. More 48,000 million plus. What else you need?
Took office. 100%
What?
of the job growth has come in the private sector and among native-born Americans. Exactly where it should be. Now, workers' wages are
The
rising,
world is stage.
falling, trillions of dollars in investments.
I don't get tips, OT.
And the
I'm not on Social Security, and gasoline is still at $5 a gallon.
2026, with last week's jobs report showing the strengthening of President Trump's economy.
F all Islam and F all Sharia laws.
Here's what you need to know. Since September, this focus has been
How does one come to a conclusion that
101,000 private
Islam and
jobs,
Sharia law is a
while the federal
problem in
government
your
created
life?
168,000 jobs.
Fuck Joe Biden,
over
worst
the
ever.
course of a runaway federal bureaucracy.
Not so
That
fast, dear
was
President. I don't get
billion
tips,
over its
overtime.
head.
I'm not on Social
Security
Security.
sector. Now the Trump
The gasoline is still at
sector,
$5 a
They
gallon.
were funding
Are these bots?
employees there on back pay.
I'm surprised Trump is happy to let them name a shitty little frigate
Would more thin of that paper
after
money
him,
that we see
honestly.
just going up and being evaporated because they were addicted to spending, which is a terrible way to fund anyone full time, especially in a public sector job like that. Now, as the American government shrinks the bureaucracy, something amazing and hard to do, because Ronald Reagan always spoke on the closest thing to eternal life here on earth is that of a federal program. But President Trump clearly reversing that with his business prowess and business background. That federal employment is now at the lowest.
I'm
level
sorry,
it has
Flash.
been in
I wasn't
over-
paying attention to
down
my chat. I was watching their chat.
271,000 jobs since President
You don't think it's funny reading their dumb comments?
hated one another. Remember,
It was amusing me.
please send to the executive office of the
If
president.
you don't like it, I can stop.
5 things that you've accomplished.
Fragwoods.
this week. Not even in a day, but this week at work. Many of them could not have answered that and ended up
Kentucky.
a package to
Julie, welcome
You'll
in.
see perhaps a Kalshi.com/RSBN question. Which door?
Kalshi. We're going by what Kalshi says now.
Ornate bar there on the right-hand side. Will it be that left-hand door that's open? I guess we'll see momentarily. It's the seal of the President of the United States, the American flag, and his signature flag up and ready to go for this announcement with Secretary Hegseth and Secretary Phelan on military.
I think it's getting ready to
matters,
start.
Perhaps some of the strikes you have seen in the Caribbean of the narco-terrorists alleged to have been trafficking those drugs towards ports and towards the border here at home. We know that border is shut
Yeah, you got here just in time for Trump and Hegseth.
more than
It was supposed to start at 4:30.
modern American history. Now, under President Trump, 100% of the job growth has come in private sector jobs and not from the government.
What job growth?
Native-born Americans really succeeding in this economy, not illegal aliens. Since taking office, President Trump adding 687,000 private sector jobs. Between January and November of this year alone, 2.7 million native-born Americans gaining employment. While
I mean, I have no idea what he's going to... I'm not taking bets on what he's going to talk about because, like...
2.7 million.
It's hard to tell. It's usually going to be the same shit. It's just going to be the campaign speech over again. If I was making a bet on anything, that's what's going to be.
Workers left the labor force. Now, 52,000 construction jobs have been added over the course of the last 3 months.
Warlord, we may not have a president again. Who knows?
With the American workers leading.
I don't know where we go from here.
Real wages
Keg's breath.
are on track to rise by 4%.
I called him Whiskey Pete.
In the first full year of the Trump administration, far outpacing inflation and complete reversal from the Biden era that we saw just recently. Labor force
Massey and Kana.
between September and November as more
I don't think there is going to be a big announcement clinically, but you did not miss it. You got here probably right on time.
slight increase in the unemployment rate is entirely because more Americans
The White House went live 10 minutes
job
ago,
market as the booming Trump economy brings
and I keep
them
seeing like closed captioning pop up on there, but it still doesn't.
shutdown is
It still
estimated
doesn't
to have cost the
start.
private sector as many as 62,000 new jobs in October. Now, there are challenges that do lie ahead. There's no question about that. As we look to some of the headlines hitting different rank and file groups around the country.
Apparently, he's going to announce some sort of battleship or new
actually
New aircraft carrier.
Some of those firings taking place, whether public or private, where it could replace up to 50,000 new jobs in the very near future. We're also talking about West Bank settlements and Israel's cabinet approving the building of 19 new Jewish settlements in the West Bank. Finance Minister Smotrich.
Oh, he's going to name it after himself, too.
Yesterday.
Of course.
Sunday. Would you like to make your dog your dependent and file your taxes that way?
What?
It could be possible if an attorney filing a lawsuit in the Eastern District of New York aiming to get the IRS to allow pets to be claimed as dependents. Very interesting story to follow there.
Well, fuck, I got 3 cats. Yeah, they're dependents.
And a car bomb.
Why can't I claim them?
In Moscow, marking the third.
Damn, I'm claiming the cats as dependents.
24 in the Russian-Ukrainian standoff, a terrible war which will, God willing, come to an end.
Who's going to fucking stop me? There's no IRS anymore.
Productive and constructive, to quote, speaking.
And now some Republican has set
and endeavors
the precedent that I can cite if they ever bring it up.
Saying that talks with Ukrainian leaders and European officials were productive and constructive in.
I'll even like Socrates,
as
Smokey Bong,
for the holidays.
Maynard James Kitten.
Americans doing that by plane, train, and automobile. Get ready for the weather potentially, as rain and snow could drastically impact your trip to grandma's house.
I don't think that's true clinically.
Out west.
I don't think that's true at all.
Golden Coast will be better temperatures and actually warmer temperatures, a record that will be set here, I believe, getting to the low to mid 70s come Christmas Day right here in the Yellowhammer state of Alabama.
And notice we're going about
that as a deportation bonus is being made available.
I am convinced you are a federal agent now. Here to sow chaos. You are one of the fucks that helped to get the idiots in New York
staying
to plot whatever the hell they were plotting for New Year's
for purchasing the
Julie claim your tortoise
Brothers Discovery account. Paramount Skydance amends its bid to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery, adding a person
Flash
funds from billionaire Larry Ellison. So we'll watch all of that very closely as a question happening right next door in the Peach State. Can you shoot a porch pirate? In other words, a Georgia.
You should not be able to. No, you should not be able to shoot kids
steal his
that are stealing shit off your porch. Lenny, welcome in.
This individual is going to be prosecuted over that. What say you? Feedback at rsbn.tv. Feedback.
What say you?
Do we have a right to protect our own property? Or does that change in certain jurisdictions or certain states? As there's no Powerball winner as of yet.
If there's no threat to your life, you should not be allowed to shoot somebody.
$1 billion happening in Monday's draw.
So I think that's pretty reasonable.
Award for the Christmas season as we look at the very ornate, the gorgeous Mar-a-Lago.
Gorgeous. That is not what gaudy.
And that's
not gorgeous.
That is thanks to President.
A different G word is what I would use to describe the adjective I would use to describe.
One of the most
gaudy is what I would call that.
Spanish architecture as you go into that main foyer and all of the gold and the tile to oriental rugs on the ground there. President Trump has quite the taste. And it's a little bit more.
And I think that's what happened in Georgia. They were charged
this time
for shooting. Because I want to say it was a kid. I want to say it was like a 16-year-old.
Of the president, and
as well, they should be charged.
Paper, of course, not the auto pen, but his ordering that December 24th and December 26th federal holidays to celebrate Christmas in America. Man. Thank you as well to allfamilypharmacy.com/RSBN. 10% off your must-haves this season. Use code RSBN10, RSBN10, Tamiflu, antibiotics, ivermectin, much, 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 much more. 300-plus essential medications, including NAD+, methylene blue.
So we're like at 40 minutes now, 40 minutes late. This is like a campaign rally.
Tamiflu going fast like hotcakes.
So I'm assuming that's exactly what we're going to get. Apparently we have... Yeah, we're watching... I was reading dumb comments from the Right Side Broadcasting chat.
In the name. It's all about family. It's all about...
There's been some doozies here. Merry Christmas, Patriots.
Seasons, and they care about...
Disgusting that people are willing to risk their lives to steal.
Stock in your medicine.
Golden ages, a tip, gold and silver are skyrocketing.
/RSBN is your go-to for a pharmaceutical note.
I used to guard at Mar-a-Lago. Got lost a lot. Truth. LOL.
And we will go to Mar-a-Lago now for the president.
Yes, these people are stupid. Here we go. I don't think we got sound here.
Mar-a-Lago for this exciting announcement of
Here we go.
new Golden Fleet. We're calling it the Golden Fleet that we're building for the United States Navy. As you know, we're desperately in need of ships. Our ships some of them have gotten old and tired and obsolete. And
Their audio sucks ass. Let's we'll try the White House here. How about that?
it's beautiful. It's the first
much better.
renderings of what we're doing.
The Golden Shower Fleet.
So I want to wish everybody a big hello and Merry Christmas and
A big hello.
welcome to Mar-a-Lago for this exciting announcement of the new Golden Fleet. We're calling it the Golden Fleet that we're building for the United States Navy. As you know, we're desperately in need of ships. Our ships some of them have gotten old and tired and obsolete, and we're going to go the exact opposite.
Yes, he's literally going to paint him gold, isn't he?
Delighted to be joined by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, who's doing a fantastic job, and Secretary of the Navy John Phelan. Marco Rubio is here, who gave a great few words toward the end of last week. He spoke for
Holy shit, who is this dude?
what a good job we're doing, which is true. As Commander-in-Chief, it's my great honor to announce
Princess Kimberly.
approved a plan for the Navy to begin the construction of two brand new,
Looks like he'd be British.
the largest we've ever built, battleships. You know, you used to build the Iowa, the Missouri, the Wisconsin, the
Missouri.
the others. We had big battleships. These are bigger, but they will have 100 times they'll be 100 times the force, the power, and
Oh, that's the Secretary of the Navy.
never been anything.
Hold on, I'll get you his
like
name.
these ships. These have been under design consideration for a long time, and it started with me in my first term, because I said, why aren't we doing battleships like we used to? And these are the best in the world. They'll be the fastest, the biggest, and by far 100 times more
John Flim.
than any battleship ever built. So
John Flim.
Iowa, the Missouri, Wisconsin, Alabama, and others, but they were similar in size, some a little bit bigger than the others. But if you take the biggest one, it's 100 times more powerful. They're longer by...
Well, by the Navy, he probably means this dude who he appointed, John Flim.
And they're bigger. They're bigger ships, but they hold much more. They use the word lethality. Battleships are the largest, sturdiest, and most heavily armed vessel built specifically for naval combat. While America has built many new warships over the
Flash, you got your calipers.
tended to be smaller and much smaller, and not conducive to where we are and where we're going, and peace through strength. But including, we've been building aircraft carriers. We're going to be upping that also. We're going to be going to a superior aircraft. We have the Ford class. We're going to be upping that to a different class of aircraft carrier. And we haven't built a battleship since.
No, he hasn't said anything about that, I don't think.
These cutting-edge vessels will be some of the most lethal.
The Golden
surface
Dome.
warfare ships. They will be actually the most ever built, other than our submarines. We have submarines which will have, in many ways, even more lethality, and we have many of them under construction. Each one of these will be the largest battleship in the history of our country, the largest battleship in the history of the world ever built. And again, it's 100 times more powerful than
He sung my battleship.
previous Iowa class, it's called. Those are the big ones that you'd see on a show. Victory at Sea. I don't know if anyone's seen Victory at Sea, but it was a classic. They'll help maintain American military supremacy, revive the American shipbuilding industry, and inspire fear in America's enemies all over the world. We want respect. We're going to have it. We already have it. We're more respected now than we ever were. A year and a half ago, they laughed at us. Now they respect us again at levels that they've never respected us. Ships, we're talking about 10, but we're going to start with 2, and we're going to quickly morph.
Yeah, Holiday, this is live now.
We think it's going to be anywhere from 20 to 25 of these. But we're starting with the first 2 immediately, and we're going to then be very quickly involved with, I think, we're going to do another 8, and then we're going to ultimately and pretty quickly have a total of about 20 to 25
Quesadilla.
at determination. We envision that these ships will be the first of a whole new class of battleships to be produced in the years to come. From Theodore Roosevelt,
Did they use AI to make that?
the Great White Fleet, to the legendary USS Missouri, whose massive guns helped win World War II. America's battleships have always been unmistakable symbols of national power. We stopped making them for whatever reason.
That's okay, so he's got himself waving in front of the flag here, and it's on the front of the
Your secretary of
the battleship.
First day we met, he talked about battleships, and I said, "You're absolutely on the right track." He said, "Why are we doing other
The
things?"
picture was made with AI. You can't convince me otherwise. That is fucking AI.
Of missiles, but they also have guns. And in many ways, guns can do the trick just as well as missiles at a tiny fraction of the cost. Once completed, these new 30 to 40,000 ton plus vessels,
Quantum Traveler, welcome
the
in.
American naval fleet, and there'll be never.
Are you hoping that your next leap is the leap home?
And I just,
Kevin, welcome.
I want to be very clear that we're building them here. We're working with others, but we're building them here. We have great Navy yards. We'll be negotiating with some of the companies that are running those yards, taking over the yards. We used to build a ship a day during World War II. Now we don't do ships very much anymore. We do.
Well, we were at war, motherfucker.
By the way, we're 15 to 20 years advanced in our submarines over anybody else. That was one of the things that I did in my first term. We make the best submarines by far in the world.
Oh, you got a tip for that, Quantum.
Advanced than anybody else.
Welcome in, friend. We're glad to have you.
That's right. The most powerful weapon anywhere in the world, undetectable. So the battleships are going to be armed just in terms of guns and missiles at the highest level. They'll also have hypersonic weapons.
At the highest level, hypersonic weapons.
Rail guns, and even the high-powered lasers that you've been starting to read about. We have lasers where you aim the laser.
Friggin' laser beams!
We're going to have, they'll be the most sophisticated lasers in the world, and the most sophisticated laser in the world will be on the battleships that we're building.
He's a goddamn Metal Gear Solid villain.
Launched cruise missiles currently under development, which will be instituted pretty quickly.
Big Ben, did I tell you? Good afternoon.
Proven to be extremely
Welcome in, friend.
The U.S. Navy will lead the.
I'm not high enough for this shit.
Because I'm a very aesthetic person.
I don't know. I might have to pack another one.
Partners in American.
We should get high about it in tea.
We're going to have Pete Hegseth and Marco and a lot of very talented people involved.
Little Marco.
A lot of it's already been done. We've been doing this for months. The construction will create thousands of American jobs. We're going to have the jobs be created. I mean, already we have factories being built unrelated to this, although AI will be a big factor when it comes to these ships. They'll be very AI.
Friggin' laser beams.
Today's announcement is
and sharks with laser beams
mission to make
on their heads.
Maybe stronger than ever before. Again, when you talk about 100 times the power of these massive ships that we had years ago, it's pretty amazing.
100 times the power.
Next week, I'm going to meet with the defense prime.
Your prescription drugs are 800% cheaper.
You take your 30,
and we're going to be talking about production schedules because they're too slow. We have many countries, allies, that are wanting to buy. We make the greatest equipment in the world by far. Nobody's even close, but they don't produce them fast enough.
He's a drug dealer.
With them to talk about
with munitions.
Production schedules. We're going to have strong.
Hey, Trump, you holding?
And the only way they're going to be able to do that is to build new plants. Even with the F-35, we have many people want the F-35 fighter jet, and it takes too long to deliver them to allies or to ourselves. It takes too long. The only way they're going to be able to deliver them is if they build new plants. They don't want to build new plants because that's expensive. So we're going to be discussing production schedules. We're going to be discussing CapEx spending. We'll be discussing the pay to executives where they're making $45 and $50 million a year and not being able to build quickly. They're going to make that kind of money. They have to build quickly. Again, we make the best equipment in the world, but they don't make them fast enough. And we're going to be also discussing dividends. We want the dividends to go into the creation of production facilities. So we'll be talking about all CapEx.
So you want to nationalize the defense industry? I don't know what he's implying.
We'll be talking about buybacks. They spend so much money on buybacks. They want to buy back their stock. I don't want them to buy back their stock. I want them to put the money in plant and equipment so they can build these plants.
Put the money in plant and equipment.
Like immediately. I mean, I have sold more planes than any president by far, times probably 20. So every time I go someplace, I sell 100 planes.
He's sold more planes than any president, times 20.
It also includes fighter jets. And I'm always having to say 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Helicopters, Apache helicopters, many years. India bought them. They want to get them. They don't want to wait a long time. So we don't want to have executives making $50 million a year, issuing big dividends to everybody, and also doing buybacks. And then they say, well, we don't have the money to build a plant. They got to build plants. Plants.
Is this a Trump speech or Bernie fucking Sanders?
Helicopters. Plants to make the F-47 new jet. And that's it. And that's what I'm going to be talking to them about. They're going to start spending money on building airplanes and ships and the things that we need, not in 10 years and 15 years. We need them now. And we're strong about it. Last week, the Navy announced a brand new class of frigate, and they're going to be working with a South Korean company. Hanwha, a good company, recently agreed to invest $5 billion in Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. We're opening up the Philadelphia Shipyard, once a great yard. Now it was a long time ago decommissioned, but now it's reopening. Working.
This is funnier than the speech the other night.
The record-setting defense bill I signed last week.
Sports cards, welcome in.
$6 billion to build new ships, including destroyers and various others. We already have a lot of submarines, as you know, under construction. We're building a lot of submarines. I tell you, to be exact, we have right now 15 submarines under construction or ready to start. And we have, again, the greatest submarine in the world with our technology, like they talk about chips. Well, I would say submarines are a bigger deal than chips. We're at least 15 years ahead of any other competitor. China, Russia, nobody can come close. We're also building right now 3 large aircraft carriers in addition to the ones we have. And we have, actually, interestingly, we have a lot of submarines. How many submarines do we have now altogether, approximately? Huh? What? Over 30. We have over 30. But these are the super-duper subs, and there's nothing like them. So we're going to be doing from 12 to 15 brand new submarines. We have a couple of other things going on. We'll be building other elements of Navy. We'll be fixing up headquarters. We'll be fixing up.
Who needs a perm? This guy?
Our great sailors to live. And we're going to be working very hard with companies, but we're also going to be penalizing companies that aren't doing a good job. For instance, when they built the Ford, Gerald Ford, the cost overruns were ridiculous.
Does he have enough hair to
It was done
perm?
in Norfolk, Virginia. We're going to be talking about that with that company. The cost overruns were out of control. In World War II, the United States built upwards of 4 ships per day. Can you believe it? 4 ships a day, on average.
World War II.
They weren't all big warships, but they were ships, freighters, tankers. And it's a
frigates
tragedy that we allowed this incredible capability to just go astray.
I would say for a period,
warships, but that's about it. But that's a lot.
like at the height of our industrialization during the war and our production, we did 4 a day for a few weeks or some shit.
And long into the future with battleships helping lead the way and the submarines that, again, nobody competes with us on submarines. So I just want to thank everybody, and I'd like to ask Secretary Hegseth to say a few words, followed by the Secretary, but if you would.
I would assume, Big Ben, yeah.
But Pete's doing a fantastic job. By the way, we have drugs are down 96.2% coming into
bullshit.
92.6 by sea.
92.6%. Drugs are down 92.6%.
But every one of those,
I think you're on drugs right now, sir.
Saved 25,000 lives. So we saved 25,000 lives every time we knock out one of those boats with the drugs pouring in, and you just have to see it. I mean, people say, "Oh, gee, do you think it was really drugs?" Well, just take a look. Bags all over the place. That's not fishing equipment. There's no fishing rods on those boats. They move fast. When you see a boat with 4 engines or 5 engines on, going 40, 50 miles an hour, well, they get hit. We save 25,000 lives every single time we knock out a boat. And it's over 96% stopped by sea. We're trying to figure out who the other 4% are, frankly. And we're going to have the same success, but even quicker, because it's much easier on land. If they want to come by land, they're going to end up having a big problem. They're going to get blown to pieces, because we don't want our people poisoned. 300,000 people died, probably last year, 300,000. A lot of people say it was 200. Somebody said last night, it was only 175,000 people. That's like 3 stadiums, big football stadiums filled up with people died. But I think the real number is 300,000. We're not going to have that anymore. So we're doing a great job, and we enjoy doing it. Our border is secure. Our country is strong. Trillions of dollars is coming into our country from other countries and companies. They're building factories and plants, including auto plants, all over the United States of America. Without tariffs, they wouldn't be doing anything, although they were very happy with the November 5th election. But it's only because they want to avoid paying tariffs that they're all coming in. And again, the biggest number was $3 trillion in history. That was China many years ago. Now it's $18 trillion, and that's just in 10 months. We think we could hit $20 trillion. That's investment in the United States in plant and equipment. So thank you very much, and I'll ask Pete to say a few words, and then John. And if you have any questions, we'll take them. Thank you.
Isn't that like our GDP? How could there be like that much
exactly right.
investment?
No fishing poles, no fishermen, and no fishing boats. Just drug dealers and narco terrorists. And with every strike, we're saving American lives. No other president was willing to do real deterrence. That's exactly what's happening. It's an honor to be here, Mr. President, Mr. Secretary, Secretary Rubio, to talk about what peace through strength really looks like. You can talk about it, or you can invest in it, and you can build it.
Way above our GDP.
Is doing. At the Department of War, we're restoring the warrior ethos. In fact, the President mentioned the NDAA. We put into law merit-based. We put into law getting rid of DEI and political correctness. That's now part of how our military operates, and you've seen it in record recruiting in the spirit at the Department of War. We're rebuilding the military. President Trump did it once. He's doing again with historic investments today in shipbuilding, and we're reestablishing deterrence, whether that's at the border, whether it's through Golden Dome, what happened with Midnight Hammer.
There's your Golden Dome.
Those drug boats, and of course the Houthis opening up the shipping lanes.
The Houthis
is back on the world stage. And the announcement of the Golden Fleet, anchored by new battleships, the biggest and most lethal ever, accomplishes all 3 of those things and marks a generational commitment to American sea power. Across the entire department, we are developing new operational concepts, deploying cutting-edge technologies, and making major investments, including in our Navy. This is happening in all domains, including space, as the President has talked about before anyone else. So it's the highest of domains and the lowest of domains undersea, and especially today in sea power, that always has to be decisive, has been in the history of America, and will continue to be under the leadership of President Trump. We will make sure that anything that flows from our country and with our allies flows freely and uncontested. New and better ships will provide that deterrent today and for generations to come. This new class, these new investments will be the types of decades. For centuries,
totally AI.
We'll look back and thank President Trump for having the vision and the willingness to invest right now.
The FIFA Peace Prize. The FIFA. That's like getting a fucking Michelin star from a goddamn tire company. What does a tire company know about restaurants?
Mr. President, Secretary Hegseth, Secretary Rubio, thank you for being here on a very consequential day.
I'll tell you, they used to publish a magazine of places to eat along the way, like the different routes, right? So you can look up the route and see what
he's talked about.
What fucking restaurant? That's how the Michelin star thing happened.
Why America doesn't build.
I'm a foodie, so I know this.
That kind of offensive firepower that takes the fight.
The Michelin guy looks like he knows food. Fair enough.
My time in the job, I've talked extensively.
Shelley, welcome in. What fun British news.
Barrow and Admiral Cooper and our CNO, Admiral Cottle. And what I've learned is that not only is the president's idea a good one, it's something that Navy desperately needs and now has a formal requirement for. The future Trump-class battleship, the USS Defiant, will be the largest, deadliest, and most versatile and best-looking warship anywhere on the world's oceans. I want to thank the president for his vision to make this game-changing capability for the United States Navy. The Iowa was designed to go on the attack with the biggest guns, and that's exactly what will define the Trump-class battleships. Offensive firepower from the biggest guns of our era. This ship isn't just to swat the arrows. It is going to reach out and kill the archers. And for the first time in generations, we'll have a new leg in America's nuclear deterrence, because the Trump-class battleship will carry the nuclear-armed, sea-launched cruise missile. Striking dominance isn't all that the Trump-class battleship brings to the fight at sea. It has the size and capacity to serve as a flagship for our fleet commanders so that they can command and control naval forces far out to sea. As shown in the series, and the president mentioned it, Victory at Sea, Admirals Bull Halsey and Raymond Spruance commanded the war in the Pacific.
Bull Halsey!
Flagships during World War II. Now this new battleship will command everything from warships to drones and everything in between. We're going to make battle groups great.
People, welcome in.
This is just one piece of the president's golden fleet that we're going to build with the investments he.
This whole press conference has been hilarious.
The one our warfighters have told us they need. More amphibious.
This guy is a Metal Gear Solid villain or some shit.
Like the medium landing ship. As part of the Navy's high-low mix, we're moving out aggressively on unmanned vessels with funding from the president's One Big Beautiful Bill to bring options to the fight and pull new.
Got to build it fast. If you're going to get paid that much money, you got to build it fast.
Ecosystem. And we're making a generational investment in support ships. Logistics wins wars, and that kind of shipbuilding is the spark that will ignite the industrial base and help power the commercial shipbuilding that the president has called for. Under your leadership, Mr. President, we will have more tonnage and firepower under construction than ever before in our history. Building the president's Golden Fleet means jobs across the United States now. There'll be work for shipyards everywhere, from Philadelphia to San Diego, from Maine to Mississippi, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast. And for manufacturers that will build components for this battleship in every state. The president has been clear. We must bring back our American maritime industrial might. And he has told me many times that as Secretary of the Navy, it is my job to equip our sailors to win the fight at sea with the finest ships in our history. To conclude, the USS Defiant battleship will inspire awe and reverence for the American flag whenever it pulls into a foreign port. It will be a source of pride for every American when it brings home our brave sailors who will sail defiant, raise their fists, and say, "We are peace through strength." And our adversaries will know when the Trump-class USS Defiant appears on the horizon, American victory at sea is inevitable. Thank you, Mr. President. Now, when a conflict arises, you are going to ask not one, but two questions. Where are the carriers and where are the battleships? Thank you.
I just want to mention that John Phelan is one of the most successful businessmen in the country, in our country.
John Flynn.
Success, and he wanted to do.
Then why did you appoint him to the Secretary of the Navy?
He's taken probably the largest salary cut in history, but he wanted to do it. He wants to rebuild our Navy, and you needed that kind of a brain to do.
Oh, I wonder why, because he wanted to funnel a bunch of money to his contractors, right?
Enough. But one of the most successful men in the country, and he's that because he understands it, and he understands finance in addition to what we're talking about. Somebody who's doing a fantastic job is Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. And Marco, maybe say a few words, and then we'll answer some questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I don't have much to add. This is a phenomenal presentation. Thank you, Mr. President. This is American industrial power returning. This is the ability, once again, to rebuild, to have industry in the United States. This is generational in the change, not just in terms of applying American war power, increasing our ability to protect the seas. The U.S. Navy is the single biggest source of peace in the world of all of our forces because it gives us a global footprint. But it rebuilds American industrial capacity. The ability to make things again in our country has been critical to what the President's agenda has been all about, and this is a tangible reminder of it. And I know the country's grateful for it, and generations of Americans will be grateful for it. So thank you.
Thank you, Marco. By the way, I think I'd just like to point out that these ships are made of steel as opposed to aluminum. It's a big difference, as you know. Battleships, the great battleships, had 6- and 7-inch steel hulls, and these are going to be likewise made of
Motherfucker just 6'7'd us.
powerful steel. Our steel industry is coming back very strongly, by the way. It's coming back at record numbers, and we're going to be using them for the steel, but as opposed to an aluminum side, which, in all fairness, is not the same. So, John, we're going with all steel, I understand.
Fun fact, DJ Dub, and I just learned this like last week.
People are surprised. More expensive, but...
Nimrod actually means magnificent hunter in the Bible.
Yeah, please.
When Bugs Bunny called Elmer Fudd a Nimrod.
We're going to start almost immediately, and we'll probably...
Big Ben, thank you.
2.5 years.
He was mocking Elmer Fudd for not being a good hunter.
It's not China. We get along great.
And an entire generation misinterpreted it to mean stupid.
Just everybody. You don't know who comes along. But we just wanted peace through strength. Hopefully we never have to use them.
Nimrod was a magnificent hunter in the Bible.
Those battleships are...
So Bugs was mocking Elmer.
The power.
Calling him a magnificent hunter when he wasn't.
They were powerful.
Because he was incompetent.
I thought about taking some that are in dry dock and changing them. And then when I said that, if we did... would be about
an entire generation
if we double
has assumed that the word meant stupid.
Just a tiny fraction of what one of these was. This is the new technology, which is...
Thank you for the sub, Big Ben.
Decided pretty early on not to do that. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, Julio Rosas with Most Peaceful Media. You just referenced the lower amount of illegal...
Bunnies don't eat carrots. That's another one, sports cars. Looney Tunes led to a lot of misconceptions.
Are you just referring to Venezuela, or are you referring to other countries in Latin America?
Anywhere drugs are pouring in. Anywhere. Not just Venezuela. Yes.
A bunny will eat a carrot if you give it to it, but it is actually harmful in large quantities to a bunny.
The United States seized 1.9 million barrels of oil on December 10th.
We're going to keep it.
Bunnies also don't wear dresses. They're going to keep the oil.
We'll sell it. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll...
We just stole some oil from Venezuela.
We're keeping it. We're keeping the ships also. Yeah, please.
About Venezuela, sir, have you spoken to American oil companies?
War Machine.
Their assets seized, about what a post-Maduro Venezuela would mean for them, of what coming back and restarting operations?
The big ones, yeah. I have. Yeah, please.
Why do you feel like this initiative was neglected for so many years, and does this come amidst the rising tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela?
We're talking about with Venezuela?
Yes.
Well, you had a different kind of a president before me. They didn't mind being ripped off. They didn't mind being robbed. They didn't mind drugs pouring into our country.
Come on, man.
They didn't mind the jails of Venezuela and Trinidad being emptied into the U.S., where they take over Colorado and other
Politically, thank you for the resub.
So you had a different kind of...
Oh, shit, we got a hype train coming.
Enjoying it because we've never been respected more than we are now. Yeah, please.
Divine Mist, welcome in.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Were you surprised by the number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files? And can you commit to their
By
full...
what?
Clinton in the Epstein files.
Number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files. And can you commit to their full release by the end of the year? Some of the victims were protesting that too many of them were redacted.
I know there are a lot of people that are angry about all of the pictures of other people, you know, but I think it's terrible. Look, I like Bill Clinton. I've always gotten along with Bill Clinton. I've been nice to him. He's been nice to me. We've always gotten along. Respect him. I hate to see photos come out.
Oh, are we up to 3 stolen tankers?
Democrats, mostly Democrats, and a couple of bad Republicans are asking for, so they're giving their photos of me, too. Everybody was friendly with this guy.
2-year anniversary of following me for 4 years.
All over Palm Beach and other places. The head of Harvard was his best friend, Larry Summers.
We had some issues there.
But everybody was. I actually threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. And
No, you didn't.
Mar-a-Lago. I threw him out. Mar-a-Lago, this is Mar-a-Lago. It's the hottest place I think it's the hottest place in the world, but it's the hottest place in Florida. And everybody would come here. He'd come here. We actually threw him out. But no, I don't like the pictures of Bill Clinton being shown. I don't like the pictures of other people being shown. I think it's a terrible thing. I think Bill Clinton's a big boy. He can handle it. But you probably have pictures being exposed of other people that innocently met Jeffrey Epstein years ago, many years ago.
Like Michael Jackson?
You know, highly respected bankers and lawyers and others.
T-minus.
And they'll end up, because of guys like Massey, who's a real lowlife, whose polls are down to about 9%.
No, Massey is amazing. Massey and Kana.
If you look at Kentucky, Kentucky is such a...
Moving to impeach Pam Bondi over the Epstein release.
They've got a couple of people in there that are very strange in terms of leadership, but Massey's a loser, and he likes it, and that he works with the Democrats. He's just being used by the Democrats, because what this whole thing is with Epstein is a way of trying to deflect from the tremendous success that the Republican Party has. Like, for instance, today...
She has brought me marijuana.
In the world, most powerful ships in the world, and they're asking me questions about Jeffrey.
Yeah, we got a hype train going on.
It's finished. I believe
we're level 1.
100,000 pages of documents.
We're the basic bitch level.
And there is tremendous backlash. It's an interesting question because a lot of people have...
Oh shit, we're level 2 now. Media winch throwing out the gift sub.
Well, that really had nothing to do with Epstein, but they're in a picture with him because he was at a party, and you ruin a reputation of
He's
something.
hugging Maynard over here.
So a lot of people...
I bet he's very upset.
This continues. A lot of Republicans are angry because of the fact that it's just used to deflect against a tremendous success. Look, we have $18 trillion coming into our country. We have, I believe, we're going to have the most successful economy in history. We inherited a mess. Now prices are coming way down. Gasoline is less than $2.
Can't ruin their reputations if they partied with Epstein.
$1.97, $1.95 a gallon. $1.95. Think of that. A gallon. Nobody ever thought they'd see that. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about Epstein. And the problem is a lot of Democrats are being caught up in the web.
Fucking clinically, thank you for throwing out the gift subs.
Was the head of Harvard. He's now been forced to resign from every board he's on, and he was thrown off the Harvard board. Now he was at Epstein's Island a lot. I wasn't. I never went there, by the way. But fortunately, it's nice. But I never went there. But a lot of
Cicero,
people
welcome in. I need to get
the battleships or
the double dick going on.
Most favored nations drugs. We're bringing down drug prices like at a level that has never even been thought of, by thousands. Think of it, by 1,000%, by 1,200, 1,300, 1,400% in some cases. A drug that sells for $10 in London is costing $130 in New York. We're bringing it down to
Leftist
$20.
Corporation, welcome
Up
in.
to 20.
Cicero, I tell you good afternoon.
20
Trump is
doubling.
rambling. We just announced the Golden Shower Fleet.
But we're going down.
Battleships. The pictures next to them were totally done by AI.
It's 2,000%, 3,000%. It's pretty amazing. And you know, the New York Times had a story about it, a small story, way in the back of the paper. It's the single biggest thing to happen with respect to
Tier 2, welcome in.
50 years. It's never been anything like this. In my first term, I was able to get
1,400%.
1/4%. It's the first time in 28 years that they went down. 1/4%. I was so proud of myself. Now we're doing them 2,000%, 1,500%, 1,200%. That pill that sold for $130 will now be selling, as an example, for $20 because the rest of the world took advantage of us. Without tariffs, I could have never done it. I called up the heads of the countries. As an example, France, I spoke to a very good man, President Macron.
I dropped the water.
France. And I said, Emmanuel, you have to raise your drug prices. He said, no, we will not do that. I said, yeah.
No.
He said, no, I don't want to do that. Look, you're asking me if it go to $10 to $20. You're going to come way down to 20. We don't want to do that. Now, in all fairness...
What the fuck is he even talking about? I took my headphones off. I'm so lost.
There was actually a fake story in stupid USA Today. I didn't even think they'd make it anymore. I haven't. But I saw a story where Biden was trying to do this. Biden never tried to do it. Biden didn't know he was alive. He never tried to do it. But
come on,
they're
man.
taking it from $10 to $20. So he would say, and the other leader said the same thing. No, we won't do it. I said, no, you're going to do it 100%. They said, nope, we're not doing it. We're not going to double our price. Because, again, if you go from $10 to $20, they're doubling their price. We're coming down, though, from $130 to $20 because we're going to get the lowest drug prices in the world. Whatever the lowest price is called favored nations. We're going to have the lowest price. So I said, no, you're going
No, you're forcing like other countries to have to raise their prices.
Politically, it's unacceptable. I said, Emmanuel, you're going to do it 100%. Please accept it now.
Who's Emmanuel?
You're going to do it 100%. No, I will not. I said, yes, you will. He said, why do you keep telling me I am when I'm not? Because if you don't do it, I'm going to put a 25% tariff on everything France sells into the United States of America. And that's approximately 20 times more than I'm asking for with respect to drug prices. He said, I see.
Warlord making it rain.
Every other country said the exact same thing. They all said, nope, I will not do it. I said, all right, on Monday morning you'll have...
Over that hype train emote.
Tariff, everything you sell. In the case of France, it was wine, champagne, cars, everything they sell. It's 25 to 30 times the price of what we're talking about, at 25%. Every single country agreed. And that was a big problem. The drug companies were difficult, but fine, because we have a certain control over the drug companies. We had no control over these foreign nations. So every single country...
Media wins. Thank you for the other gifts.
So we will take that pill...
You're awesome.
...down as an example. Talking about not just pills, we're talking about everything. We'll take it down from...
We still got that hype train going on.
A pill.
To be on the front of the Twitch.
And the rest of the world will take it from $10 a pill up to $20. It's the biggest thing ever to happen, and it's covered, barely covered in the New York Times, because it's a fake newspaper. Yeah.
On shipbuilding, how is the administration plan to ensure that there's sufficient workforce availability as you're...
I don't know what a hype chest means.
Could you speak up?
How does the administration plan to ensure there is sufficient
some
workforce availability as you're producing these ships?
We're going to have it. We're going to have tremendous workforce availability. We're also going to have robots helping us. We're going to have a lot of robots helping us because we need it. And because we're going to town, we're building a lot between the AI and the auto plants. So we're going to need robots. We're going to have robots, but that's going to help us. We're going to have tremendous workforce. And
we're going to need robots.
So you're always going to need people. You know, you could have robots, but you're going to have to get somebody to start those robots, and you're going to have to improve the robots. But we're going to have robotic factories plus manpower. So we're going to have enough. We're going to need the help of robots and other forms of, I guess you could say...
Sir, what robots?
We'll be employing a lot of artificial things, but the beauty is we're going to have more jobs than we've ever had. Just so you know, a number came out the other day. We're going to
have robots doing everything. We're going to have more jobs than we've ever had.
People are working right now in the United States than at any time in the history of our country.
Robussy.
Pretty amazing.
Who in the chat would fuck a robot?
You know, mechanical help, if you want to call it.
Who in the chat has fucked a robot?
Tremendous employment.
Pervs.
They paid a lot of money. They'll do better than they ever did. Okay? Yeah.
Some may have been expecting a different kind of announcement today, hearing your Secretary of War and Secretary of State.
You don't have a mechanical dildo? That counts.
Land in Venezuela more than 15 times, even now, just in your recent remarks. Why should Maduro take your threats seriously? And
He can do whatever.
Would and will.
Maduro?
What's your end
No, he
game?
could do. There's no answer. He could do whatever he wants. I mean, we have a massive armada formed, the biggest we've ever had. And
I got a massive armada for you, sir.
South America. He could do whatever he wants. It's all right. Whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do something,
He's kicking authority
if
in
he
the
plays
balls.
tough, it'll be the last time he's ever able to play tough. But they sent their prisoners into us. They sent people from jails and prisons. They sent people from mental institutions and insane asylums into the United States. Just walked right in because Biden had an open border policy. What the Biden administration
Walked right in. Open borders.
We forgot.
That totally happened.
They took in millions and millions, 25 million people over the course of 4 years. Many of those people were murderers and drug dealers, prisoners, rough prisoners. 11,888 murderers. More than half of them killed more than one person. They came into our country. Now,
That seemed like an awful specific number that ended with 88.
came down to see me. Now we had a great meeting. They've done an amazing job. We're getting them out. We're getting them out very fast. But this should have never happened. But Venezuela was one of the. Venezuela took advantage of the open borders that Biden created more than any other country. Tren de Aragua, we had gangs all over. Look, I mean, you have a very weak governor in Colorado. Look what happened in Colorado where they would occupy apartment houses. And he didn't want to do anything about it because he was scared. Any other questions?
Sir, that never happened.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So in response to the United States taking sanctioned oil from Venezuela, Colombian President Gustavo Petro criticized the United States by saying, well, the Southwest is stolen land and that it should be returned to Latin America. I just wanted to know what your response to that is.
Well, he has to watch because, you know, he's got drug factories. They make cocaine in Colombia. And he's no friend of the United States. He's very bad. Very
I was
bad
on
guy.
crack.
Right.
And he's got to watch his ass because he makes cocaine and they send it into the United States of America from Colombia. We love the Colombian people. I love the Colombian people. They're great people, energetic, smart, great. But their new leader is a troublemaker, and he better watch it. He better close up those cocaine factories. They have at least 3 major cocaine factories. We know where they are. He better close them up fast, yeah. By the way, it's made and sold into the United States. Comes through Mexico.
Thank you, sir. You've named Governor Landry to be new special envoy to Greenland.
Yeah.
How do you? What do you see that role entailing? And is it still your intention that
Well, he
Greenland
called
become
me,
part
and
of the
you know,
U.S.?
he viewed Louisiana, the Louisiana Purchase. He said, "I'm governor of Louisiana," and he said, "I would love." I didn't call him; he called me. He's very proactive. He's a great guy. He's a deal guy. He's a deal maker type guy. And we need
He's
it
a deal
for
guy.
national protection. We need Greenland for national protection. They have a very small population. And I don't know, they say Denmark, but Denmark has spent no money. They have no military protection. If they say that Denmark was there 300 years ago or something with a boat, well, we were there with boats too, I'm sure. So we'll have to work it all out. But he felt very strongly, we need it for we need Greenland for national security. Not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at Greenland, you look up and down the coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need it for national security. We have to have it. And he wanted to lead the charge, so we're making him...
Wait a minute. Is having a bunch of
envoy.
Navy ships bad? Because you just made an announcement
Yeah.
about building more of them.
On the talks that took place this past weekend, and could a trilateral discussion of sort be the next step for Ukrainian, U.S., and Russian
So the
delegations?
talks on Ukraine, Russia are going along. They lost, as you know, 27,000 soldiers last month, mostly soldiers, some people in Kiev, etc., but mostly soldiers. And the talks are going along. And I say that, you know, there's tremendous hatred between these two leaders, between President Putin, President Zelensky, tremendous hatred. And I hope we can get it done. We are talking. Talks are going okay. But, you know, I've solved 8 wars And Thailand is starting to shape up. You know, they started with Cambodia, they started up again. But I think, Marco, we have that in pretty good shape to have that stopped. So we stopped 8 wars, and I thought this would be in the middle of the pack, but maybe easy, but in the middle of the pack. But there's a lot of hatred between those two people, and when there's hatred, there's, you know. But we stopped one war 38 years, one war 35 years, one war was going on for 32 years. And we stopped, think of it, we stopped a potential nuclear war between Pakistan and India. And the head of Pakistan, highly respected general, he's a field marshal, and also the Prime Minister of Pakistan said, President Trump saved 10 million lives, maybe more, by getting that war. You know, 8 planes were shot down. That war was starting to rage.
Oregon gal, he just announced the
Trump saved 10 million lives.
Golden Shower Fleet.
So we solved all these
the new battleships the U.S. is going to be producing.
Russia,
some quasi-public-private
Russia and Ukraine, and have you spoken?
Taxpayer giveaway to defense contractors.
I mean, I'd like to see it stop. Look, we don't lose any money on that war anymore. You know, Biden gave $300.
I think progressively the audio and video have gotten out of sync, and now it looks
missiles, planes,
really crazy.
Best military equipment. We sell it to NATO. We got NATO to go from 2% GDP to 5%.
And these new battleships are going to have friggin' laser beams, be nuclear equipped.
And they take that money and they pay.
They're going to have rail guns.
So we sell weapons to NATO. We sell full price. We sell weapons to NATO, and NATO takes those weapons and probably distributes them, but gives a lot of them to Ukraine. So we don't lose any money like we did with Biden. He was spending money like a fool. He was a fool. What he did to our country is so horrible. But he gave it $350 billion between cash, gave a lot of cash, $350 between cash and weapons. You remember at the beginning of that whole thing, I gave them javelins. Javelins are the anti-tank busters. And President Obama at the time gave them sheets. I gave them javelins. They gave them sheets. But you know, the bottom line, it's time for, I think they're all tired of that war. Everyone's tired of that war. It's got to stop. Yeah, please.
Pursuit of a sanctioned oil tanker yesterday. Are you able to share what became of that tanker? Was the U.S. able to seize it?
No, it's moving along, and we'll end up getting it. Yeah, we're actually pursuing it. Can you imagine? Because it came from the wrong location. It came out of Venezuela, and it was sanctioned. Yeah, please.
Goal in Venezuela to force Maduro from power.
Well, I think it probably would. I can't tell that. That's up to him, what he wants to do. I think it would be smart for him to do that. But again, we're going to find out. Look, Venezuela did terrible things to the United States. They sent hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people, into our open border. They sent their criminals. They sent their prisoners. They sent their drug dealers. They sent their mentally insane.
He very chonky.
Into our country, more than any other country. Others
incompetent people.
Others
he just said that.
Let them come right in because we were run by a stupid president. But you don't have a stupid president anymore.
Mr. President, have you set up the meeting with the healthcare insurers just yet? And what are you hoping to get? How
I'll
are
be
you
setting
hoping
it
to
up.
lower
I think
costs?
we're going to meet with healthcare, the healthcare
You think we're stupid?
insurers,
You
the
think we're
insurance companies.
fools?
So what I'm asking for in healthcare is very simple. Obamacare is a disaster. I call it the Unaffordable Care Act. Unaffordable as opposed to it's unaffordable. They're going to have a tremendous
You think
increase
we're
in premiums,
stupid?
which
You
is
think we're
Obamacare,
fools?
which is them, the Democrats' fault. They'll try and blame Republicans. It has nothing to do with us. It's the Democrats' fault. What I want to do is we spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year that go to insurance companies. I want that money to go to the people and let the people buy their.
Biden was a lot of things, but he wasn't
Everybody
stupid.
loves it. It's become our issue. Now,
Talking about it like he's dead. I mean, he basically is.
companies, just as I met with the drug companies, as you know, we're meeting with 4 other drug companies, Johnson & Johnson, but they've all agreed.
Come on,
We're meeting
man.
with them this week. It's coming up. It'll be a similar meeting. They've all agreed. But nobody would have thought the
We're
drug
meeting with 4 other companies, Johnson & Johnson.
drugs they've been so great. Okay? And we have most favored nations. Nobody thought that was possible. I don't think
The dude on SNL does such a good impression of him.
thought they could. But with respect to the insurance companies, I want to meet. There's essentially 14 of them, 10 big, but there's a total of 14 pretty much, pretty big. And I want to meet with them, and I want to say, I want you to cut your rates way down, way down. And maybe if they do that, we'll be able to not cut them out. We'll be able to continue to deal with them, which is probably a little easier process. I think the best process is pay the money directly to the people, let them buy their own health care. But I'm going to meet with them the first week.
What?
I do it now, but they're trying to come up with a schedule. They want to.
So his healthcare plan is to try to threaten the CEOs of insurance companies.
Your rates have to come way down. We're also
and give us all some sort of stipend
to
purchase insurance.
Auto insurance, home insurance. I mean, insurance companies are making far more than they're entitled to make. So we're going to be doing that. But just in the meantime, we'll be meeting with the insurance companies.
It's an understatement.
In the first week, the first few days back in Washington, because they're trying to come up with a proposal that will satisfy me. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. I hope you're going to enjoy the battleships. They're going to be beautiful. Thank you. And
enjoy the battleships.
Thank you. Thank you.
They're going to be beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, health savings account was the Bush era proposal. Enjoy the battleships. They're going to be beautiful. All right, so several stories I want to touch on before we get out of here. Before we do anything, let's hear from Triple H and Bryson DeChambeau. They were at this was just a couple hours ago. Triple H, WWE's Paul Levesque, and Bryson DeChambeau gave us a message about staying fit.
All right, we are outside of the White House, waiting just to go into the Oval Office to meet with the president. People asking, what do you do during the holidays to stay in shape, to get stronger, to be healthy? The thing is, I think if you're just trying to figure that out, enjoy your holidays. Enjoy the holiday season. Take time, spend it with your families, do whatever it is to make you have a good time, but do something active. It can be simple.
What I would recommend is not only just through January, but through the rest of the year, focus on every single day doing some sort of aerobic activity, 10 to 15 minutes. If it's push-ups, pull-ups, whatever it is.
Does anybody know who this guy is?
We know we're behind screens all day long. We know we're not
Stickers, welcome in.
Go out and make it a responsibility to yourself to become.
I am a wrestling fan, so I can actually tell you that
just do something, get moving. If America just gets
Triple H was never on the juice, I don't think. Maybe
we're all going to be in way better shape next year.
There was the story of Scott Steiner, one of my all-time favorites.
You take your 33 and a third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 and a third chance of winning.
Saying that the WWE wanted to drug test him. And he said, well, have a limo come and pick me and Triple H up and we'll go together. He said he never heard from him again about it. So maybe Triple H was on the juice. Well, he did look otherworldly there in the early 2000s. But unlike all the other wrestlers, he was never one to use drugs or alcohol. He was always pretty straight-laced. He probably did take some roids, though. That's why I was quick to be like, maybe Triple H was clean. Julie, yeah, let's smoke a little. Curiouser, you want to smoke a little? I'm going to pack a bong. Come in a couple minutes whenever you get a chance. Yeah. So, WWE legend Mick Foley, because of Triple H's association with the White House, as you just saw, he's on the Presidential Fitness Council. Mick Foley has said he is no longer associating with the WWE. Glenn Jacobs, you may know him better as Kane. Glenn Jacobs is the current mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, a Republican, went on Newsmax. Kane went on Newsmax to talk about mankind. This is our politics. This is a political story.
Police Chief Pamela Smith has a screaming meltdown as she is resigning. The speech there is making headlines. She herself has been accused of meddling with crime statistics to try and lower crimes in the nation's capital.
That's gotta be Kane.
So I'm going to the Bible when I say this to my haters.
Is this the right video? Yes, it is. Kane comes on next.
F you.
Oh, so that's
Pleasure to serve the District of Columbia for 2.5 years. It does not matter what goes on from here, but as the mayor said, there's greater things in store for Pamela A. Smith.
she sounded like a preacher.
All right. Well,
Do I have a Venmo? I do.
Pleased to bring in Mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, Glenn Jacobs, of course, previously known as Kane, the WWE Hall of Famer. Sir, welcome in.
Thank you.
I'm always glad to see you, and I'm always interested in your opinion because you have a leader here. Obviously, she's on her way out. We talk about
Comradski, welcome in.
and parts of Tennessee that needed some attention. You know, she's saying that the Bible.
Oh fuck! I told you I was gonna pack a bong, and then I never got around.
What's going on there, and how people are cheering for that, even in this season.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, go mash meat, and I'll be ready when you come back.
By any stretch of the imagination. And when we look at crime statistics, you know, one thing that we have to keep in mind is they are manipulated across the country. Everyone talks about
This guy looks like an untrustworthy dentist.
That many of the big cities, the blue cities,
Isaac Yankum,
crime.
DDS, is that what a dentist is? Mash meat, you say.
A picture of what crime looks like across the country actually looks lower in Los Angeles.
Curiouser, do you want to smoke concentrate?
Than it actually is.
Yes, she said yes to the concentrate.
She's right about, they're right about manipulating, but apparently it happens in other places as well. You know, so many times we blame things, say, on...
Not even talking about Mick Foley.
Or especially the federal government. And it's really local government that is at fault. And we can certainly see that here. I think the thing that, if I were her, I would be more concerned about is the fact that Donald Trump ended up having to send the National Guard into Washington, D.C. Because of their crime rates, as opposed to the same old political stuff they're trying to get me and force me out of office.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm glad you mentioned the president because I want to get your take. There's been a lot of news about wrestling legend Mick Foley says, I'm going to part with WWE over Trump ties. And he's citing comments that President Trump made about Rob Reiner as the final straw. I know Foley's a longtime friend of yours. What is your take or your reaction to this and where he falls?
Well, certainly it's no surprise. I know where Mick is at politically, and we've had our discussions about politics, but we've always been able to keep them civil. And I wish that could happen more on the public platforms altogether. You know, one thing is we live in a country where we are free to disagree about things. And I think Mick is wrong, but nevertheless, he's entitled to his opinion. I will defend his right to say that, even if I do think he's wrong. And that's the beauty of America. I wish that would kind of be all over the place as opposed to just in wrestling, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much happening this holiday season. We talk about the left's war on Christmas. It seems like it doesn't stop at Christmas, right?
The war on Christmas.
Stories, Mayor. Massachusetts had the nativity scene that, you know, has no Jesus. Just
I got Curiouser has been making Christmas treats for weeks now.
Mayor's nativity takedown fails because
there are Christmas decorations all over this house.
Public marketplace lot, and they said,
I've got Christmas decorations up on the stream.
Sort of the climate
or war on Christmas.
And, you know, you say
Jesus Christ, these stupid people.
We have to be able to love our neighbors too.
Sure, and also we need to respect our neighbors' opinions when they're Christians. You know, we have this thing in our country called freedom of religion. And what has happened is militant atheists have basically pushed their own religion, which is there is no God, there is no higher power, onto the rest of us by saying you cannot have any religious expression anywhere. No, that's not at all the case.
I'm sorry, War Machine.
Prohibits Congress basically from establishing a state church, but it doesn't say anything.
I didn't mean to humble brag about how Christmassy it was around here.
Should be encouraged as much as possible.
Yeah, well, I also want to call into our interview.
Yeah, you would love the mountain of fucking treats. There's fudge, there's cookies, there's shit I've never even heard of in there.
Which is something we hope no veteran has to deal with.
All kind. There's a smorgasbord of Christmas treats. There's gingerbread,
Operation Heroes Hill will create
cookies with some sort of frosting on them,
tiny homes, and a community center for our veterans in Knox County and the surrounding areas who are having a hard time finding housing. To learn more about that, you can go
There's
to
Christmas crack.
HeroesHill.com.
Finvox, welcome in.
And help if you're able, please.
We got a spread we're doing for Christmas Eve. Okay, before we move on to Elise Stefanik here, we're gonna go to. I missed this one. This was the White House Christmas tree lighting.
America
Took place a couple weeks ago.
and Merry Christmas, America. Welcome to the 103rd National Christmas Tree Lighting. This is so exciting, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
A weed tree. How do you know we didn't do a weed tree? You don't know what our tree looks like.
A few steps away.
It's not a weed
from the
tree.
world's most famous house. Getting ready to light up the world's most famous tree, and you can't top that.
You cannot top.
I wanted to watch them light up the tree as I light up some trees.
At the
Boy Meets Minnie. Did I tell you good afternoon earlier? I don't think I did.
This
And Holiday, can you give my boy a shout out?
has brought our country together.
And as we come
If you like racing
to remember
games, please go follow Minnie.
So let's give a special moment of deep appreciation to all of our men and women in uniform serving this great nation around the world.
Boo. Who is this
May
woman?
they feel our gratitude for all that they give.
Absolutely.
She can feel my gratitude.
That's right. We are so thankful. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and First Lady Melania Trump.
Yeah, I have no idea who they are. Playing Santa Claus is Coming to Town while Melania and Donald walk out.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It is beautiful, not too cold. There's no wind. We don't have to wear hats or anything. This is a special time. And Melania and I are thrilled to wish everyone here tonight and Americans all across this land a very, very Merry Christmas. So is everybody ready to light the beautiful Christmas tree? Are you ready?
I'm totally ready.
So the First Lady is going to do the honors, and we're going to do a countdown. We'll go from 5 to 0, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, honey. Well, thank you very much, and thank you, Melania. And it's a beautiful job they did on creating that tree. It's a beauty. And let me also recognize Vice President J.D. Vance and Second Lady Usha, as well as Secretaries Scott
Usha,
Pete Hegseth, Attorney General Pam Bondi, Secretaries Doug Burgum and Robert F. Kennedy.
Burgum.
Administrator Kelly Loeffler and their wonderful families are doing a fantastic job. And I see out in the audience the great one, Wayne Gretzky and Janet. Thank you very much, Wayne, for being here. He's used to this kind of weather. Let's also express our gratitude to the great people of the National Park Service. They're incredible, the job they've done, as well as the unbelievable performers here tonight. You're going to see some incredible performers, and we have in the audience the Beach Boys. They're great. During this holy season.
Oh yeah, the Beach Boys for Christmas. Great idea.
Bethlehem,
the Beach Boys.
2,000 years ago, when the Son of God, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ,
He's talking about God
to be with us. You're right. Full of grace and truth, He brought the gift of God's love into the world and the promise of salvation for every person and every nation. And we just settled another war today. You saw that with Rwanda and the Congo. It's been going on for 34 years. Millions of people killed. Could be 20 million. They don't know what the number is, and we just settled it today. That was a big one. We're very happy to announce it on this important day. Tonight, this beautiful evergreen tree glows bright on the dark and cold winter night and reminds us of the words of Gospel of John, "In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind." Beautiful words. With the birth of Jesus, human history turned from night to day. His word and his example call us to love one another, to serve one another, and to honor the sacred truth that every child is specially made in the image of God. For 250 years, think of it, our country is 250 years. This is a big year. I'm so happy that our presidency was delayed. Otherwise, I'd be sitting home watching television, not being invited. I would be extremely upset. And remember, we have not only the 250 years, but this is a big one. We have the World Cup and we have the Olympics coming up, all within this 4-year period. See, if they didn't rig the election, I would have been sitting, can you imagine? I wouldn't have any of them. And I probably wouldn't have been invited. I would have been very upset by that. But America has stood tall in part because millions of our citizens have heeded that call, and the faith and service of Christians have been essential parts of America's strength from the very, very beginning. Incredible. We love the Christians. We love all religions.
Oh yeah, this is horrible.
Religion is coming back to the USA. You see that.
Religion is coming back. Finally, I am not high enough for this shit.
Very serious trouble.
We're doing the Christmas tree lighting.
The King of Saudi Arabia said to me very strongly, "Sir, 1 year ago your country was dead. Now you have the strongest and hottest country anywhere in the world."
He's just talking though. I don't know. They're gonna light the tree. You're gonna light this tree.
Everybody feels that, and all leaders feel that. So as we prepare to celebrate the miracle of Christmas, we thank God for his many blessings, and together we rejoice at the true source of greatness, happiness, and strength. The good news is that glorious nights 2,000 years ago, think of it, 2,000 years ago, it was indeed a glorious night. So I want to thank everybody here. I want to pay my deepest respect and love to all of our great citizens, like 350 million people. We love them all. Whether you like them or not, we love them all. We want to take care of everybody. We have to take care of everybody in our country. I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas.
She's like, no, I don't want to hear it.
Have a good time, and you're going to see some great entertainment. Thank you very much, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Wait, did they already light it? Well, it's nice, I guess. You like it? There's 2 balls on the bottom? Yeah, there are. It's got balls. We need to kick authority in the balls.
He's kicking authority in the balls.
I think they're like backup singers. I don't know. I guess. Because there might. Because I wondered. Because, like, this dude. I was there. Let me. What she's talking about is this picture of David Byrne that's my wallpaper. Because, like, this dude, I wonder he's not playing an instrument. But I guess he's like a backup singer, I would assume. And then these guys have sticks. This is from the tour in 2017. So we're going and seeing him in May, is it? Carbs solve everything. That's right, War Machine. I need to go have some carbs. Well, hell yeah. And they all lost their shoes on the way to the performance. Oh, yeah, she has jazz shoes on. That's totally... You can see it, yeah. I don't think everybody does, though. A couple of them do. Sorry, we got completely off topic of politics. She brought the squirrels. I don't know if I can smoke anymore. That's killing me. Okay, yeah. I'll hold on to it for hard times. Do you need me to grab the cat? I got something for you guys right here. Here, Maynard. All right. So, Elise Stefanik said that she was going to run for governor of New York State. She has now suspended her campaign for governor as of like this weekend.
Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik announced today that she will suspend her campaign for governor of New York. Stefanik was planning to challenge current...
Barry Manilow died? Oh, shit.
In November. Stefanik says she will also not run for re-election in Congress.
That's sad.
Congresswoman releasing a statement saying that she did not come to this decision lightly and now plans to spend more time focusing on being a mom to her young son.
Didn't die, just diagnosed? Diagnosed, okay. Barry Manilow, but he's alright. He's still alive. Just diagnosed. She's like, who died? Okay, anyway. Over the weekend, Elise Stefanik announced that she was not running for governor. She's not going to be seeking re-election as a congresswoman.
And Congresswoman Elise Stefanik announced today that she will suspend her campaign for governor of New York. Stefanik was planning to challenge current governor Kathy Hochul in November. Stefanik says she will also not run for re-election in Congress. The Republican Congresswoman releasing a statement saying that she did not come to this decision lightly and now plans to spend more time focusing on being a mom to her young son.
Notice she said mom and not wife. Is Elise Stefanik single? No, it looks like she's got a husband by the name of Matt Manda. He's a pro-gun activist, and he looks like a fucking weenie. Everybody in the chat agrees I could take this dude, right? Oh no. She can absolutely be my GOP mommy. Matter of fact, This definitely is good. Well, fuck. I guess I fucked up the bit. I don't know if my settings were right. Here we go. Was totally gonna call Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. Had it all set up and everything. Was doing a whole bit. Fell apart on me.
He's kicking authority in the balls.
Oh shit.
Thank you for calling the office of Congresswoman Elise.
There we go.
We are unable to answer the phone message with your name, telephone number, reason for your call, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you, and have a great day.
Record your message at the tone. Press any key or stop talking to end the recording.
Hello, Congresswoman Stefanik. I know that you have announced you're not going to be running for governor anymore, that you are leaving Congress after your term ends, and I heard that you have some time on your hands, so I would like to offer myself as a way to spend time after you leave office. My name is JustinFREAKIN. I host a political talk show called the Troll Patrol Live on YouTube and Twitch, and I think you got a badonkadonk and some titties I would like to slap. So if you were interested in having a wild time, give me a call, 917-830-4359. Once again, this is JustinFREAKIN. I host the Troll Patrol Live on Twitch and YouTube. Feel free to give us a call back. I would love to give you a titty slap.
A titty slap! Come on now.
I didn't tell her I was looking for a GOP mommy. It might have been the main selling. She said she wanted to focus on being a mommy. You guys all heard it, right? I'm sorry. I'm not really. I'm not. I had. Yes, cancel. A gentleman doesn't ask for titty slaps. He just takes them. What the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Definitely cancel Justin. Quickly sent me $69. I love it. I usually wouldn't like tell like what the amount somebody tipped me, but it's perfect. Perfect tip. Thank you. Merry Christmas clinically. Nice. That's a nice Christmas. I will spend it on weed or some other intoxicant for me and Curiouser. It will be well spent. So, California getting ready to get hit like a motherfucker. Atmospheric river is going to bring rain, snow, sleet, flooding. Our friends in California are in for a wild ride this Christmas.
Coverage right now on this impact.
What a way to finish off the year.
Golden Gate Bridge. This is in San Francisco. This is actually pretty gloomy skies out there for the most part. Take a look here. Let's show you downtown Sacramento now. You see a couple drops on the lens. The sun just kind of peeking through the clouds, but again, still have been pretty gloomy so far. Now, let's show you a little something near the Sierra. Take a look at these conditions. Live look at Highway 80 at Castle Peak. Yeah. You can't see any sun out there.
This was this afternoon.
See the snow on the ground and the snow.
Borg, welcome in. Good to see you.
Different scenes all across our regions. For more on this, let's turn on over to Brian Hickey now with a look at what else we can expect in our forecast.
Yeah, Mike, I think it pretty much goes without saying that we do have chain controls in the Sierra now. After we got through most of the morning without chain controls, that finally flipped over, and so chains required right now at the highest elevations from King Vale over to the Donner Lake interchange. And you can see behind us here in the valley, almost wanting to see a little bit of sun coming through, but we're going to expect rain throughout the day, and then it only intensifies moving forward as we move into tomorrow. Right now, 58 degrees in Sacramento, 61 in Stockton, 65 in Modesto, South Lake Tahoe right at 35, so that's right at that rain-snow mix with that temperature there, but we are seeing some snow up over Echo Summit. You can see on the radar that plume of moisture that's moving across the Sacramento area, and that is tapering off now as it moves off to the east. Things have dried out here as we get ready for the next wave of moisture to move in, and as we zoom in on the area, you can see those showers moving off to the east, leaving Sacramento dry before a low comes down and mixes into the area, and that's going to bring with it some heavier wind. Right now, winds are light across the area, 14 in Sacramento from the south. We are bracing for gusts that could reach up to 40 miles per hour. We're going to highlight the timing of that and what that means moving into tomorrow, where we expect the heaviest of the weather and those snow levels to drop, where, Mike, we are expecting feet of snow in the Sierra, and that is what we want to warn people about at this point.
All right, Brian, thanks so much. Meanwhile, parts of the Sierra have been inundated, and that's led to some flooding problems in one area. This all happening along the South Yuba River in Cisco Grove. It's just off of I-80 in Placer County. That's where we find KCR3's Melanie Wingo with a look at those conditions.
We're on a road south of Interstate 80 called Hampshire Rocks Road, and this road from Donner Pass Road to Cisco Road, it is under an evacuation warning right now, and we can see why. We're right on the South Yuba River, and the water here at this location is just raging. It's unseasonably rainy right now. Right now, we're used to seeing at this elevation in this location snow and river conditions that are not like this. In fact, the river stage so high right now that it is, as I mentioned, forcing an evacuation warning in this location. A family that was staying in one of the homes along the river here had to be evacuated from their home. Around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, 9 people taken by authorities out of that home. They are all safe right now, but other homes in the area and cabins, there aren't many of them along this stretch of the South Yuba River, but those that are here are surrounded by this high water, this high and fast rushing water. This, again, not a seasonable occurrence, according to people who live and frequent this area at this time of year. They're telling us they haven't seen anything quite like this since the late 90s in terms of how forcefully this water is flowing.
This hasn't really been this high probably since 1998 flood, the New Year's Eve flood. There's been a few times where it's gotten up this big, but I'm guessing this might be getting to that level.
And what I can tell you about authorities and their tack right now, according to the Placer County Sheriff's Office, they do have some swiftwater crews on standby. They are patrolling this area along with CHP officers to make sure nobody's in trouble out here and in need of assistance, but they're asking people to remain on alert and be prepared to evacuate should this water get any higher. Reporting from Placer County, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
All right, thanks so much, Melanie. And heavy rain flooded multiple.
Grab the boogie boards. Holy shit!
This video captured.
This is Reading.
This is along I-5. Officials say some severe flash.
Fuck, T-Minus, didn't you say that's where you're at right now?
At least one person has died. That's according to the mayor, who did not provide any further.
That would have been yesterday in Shasta County.
Remain open, but drivers headed through the area should use extreme caution and avoid those flooded roadways.
Fuck!
The state is sending response teams and equipment headed to 9 counties. Governor Gavin Newsom made that announcement last night. He says it's all to better protect communities from flooding, debris flows, and severe weather. Those 9 counties include El Dorado, Orange, Lake, Marin, Mendocino, Colusa, Glenn, Plumas, and Nevada.
The weather in Shasta is as wild as the people. I got some Christmas goodies here. We got some Christmas news lined up. Gonna do Christmas news. Let's do this. Let's do this. How about a Trump effigy being burned at a Christmas festival? Apparently Sean Hannity is on the case over here.
In Guatemala, every December 7th, they have a ceremony known as the Burning of the Devil, where residents of that country burn an effigy of the devil to ward off evil spirits before Christmas. It's a centuries-old tradition. This year featured, well,
burn the devil.
Unexpected twists. This time, the devil effigy was holding a papier-mâché version of President Trump's head, and it was burned right along with the devil itself. Looks like Trump derangement syndrome now has gone international. And the biggest exporter has to be none other than Rosie O'Donnell, who, after fleeing the country...
It's Rosie O'Donnell's fault.
...is now being described by the Washington Post as, quote, living in exile, life in exile for Rosie. And while these, are pretty wild examples, we can all think of people in our own lives who definitely suffer from TDS, and we might be seeing a lot of them over the holiday season.
Uh-oh.
Some of you might have...
This Hannity holiday tips.
Throwing some turnips, maybe mashed potatoes, maybe a turkey leg. I don't know. How do you handle it? Anyway, we asked psychotherapist Jonathan Alpert, if this was not...
This guy looks more like a psychotherapist.
People before Thanksgiving calling into my radio show worried how they would deal with their crazy relatives that can't stand the sight of them because they like Donald Trump. Any advice? You're the professional.
Well, and Sean, I wouldn't have had dozens of patients seeing me before Thanksgiving and dozens of patients seeing me now before the December holidays.
His ears are too high on his head.
And what we have here...
He's got a long face.
Not too long ago, people would have disagreements, families would disagree.
Why the long face, pal? It's the holidays. Cheer up.
Become hardened, and they're characterizing their uncle or their cousin, and they see that person as bad or flawed or evil. So this is really concerning to me as a therapist if we're at the point where people are cutting people out of their lives just because of how they voted or if they like Trump or Kamala Harris or Joe Biden. We need to really rise above that and recognize that there's so much more to life into the holiday season than politics.
I happened to be in New York yesterday.
You just happened to be in New York.
I left for good.
Happened to be in New York.
I had an interview with
That's
Erica
where they film his fucking show.
While I was there, I ran into Chuck Schumer. And I said, Senator, it's your favorite cable news host. How are you? Good to see you. Why would I be mean to a senator just because he has a political point of view that I want no part of and I totally disagree with? And to his credit, he wasn't mean back.
Of course he wasn't.
He rolled his eyes and he goes, oh, no, not you. But why would I be mean?
But he was joking. He was being jovial.
Disagree with me. What do I care?
Well, we're entitled to our...
Everyone knows what he meant.
For Senator Schumer and for you for rising above political differences and being a gentleman, and that's how it should be. But all too often, we're seeing great division in our society. And my forthcoming book, Therapy Nation, talks about how we got to that place where people are hating each other just because of how they voted. And we really need to get back to a time when people from different sides of the aisle could get along. There used to be a time when you could put a sign in your front yard for Bush or Clinton, but you could still be friends with that neighbor of yours. And we really need to try to get back to that time.
I think that time is long since passed, unfortunately. And I did say, Senator, you chased me out of here, meaning the state chased me out. And I'm sure you think that's a good thing. He said, actually, I don't.
Well, the state chased you out.
People that contribute to the economy, and that's hardworking people in any field. You know,
you're elite. You're not contributing to the economy.
Well, we'll see what happens under Mamdani.
Yeah, it's going to get worse. There you go. I just told you.
A holiday light display has caused a lawsuit between neighbors.
Tonight, a holiday dispute that's anything but merry, a Christmas light display in Livermore.
That's at the center of it, and it sparked an expensive legal battle between two neighbors. Investigative reporter Hilda Gutierrez went to check it out, and she joins us now. Hilda.
The lawsuit says decking their front yard with these lights for the holiday is something they look forward to. But this year, they say their neighbor is trying to dim their lights, which is dampening their Christmas spirit.
You know, so we have a little gingerbread family. They have their, tree over there. And also with mom and dad, you have the little kids.
James and Janet Hayes get excited describing the hours it takes to come up with a theme and hand make some of their holiday decorations.
I feel like that brings me joy to see other people.
Flo, welcome in.
And then enjoying our decorations.
For 6 years, their Camellia Drive home in Livermore has lit up the block for Halloween, Christmas, and Chinese New Year. Sometimes that means lights could be up for nearly 6 months. But this year, the glow came with a lawsuit from their next door neighbor.
I love it.
And it was shocking for us that they would go that far.
The Hayes are accused of
I hate his haircut
and intentionally inflicting emotional distress with their holiday lights and a wind chime.
They basically took something that was supposed to cheer us up and made it something where it's just nothing good to remember about it.
The lawsuit follows months of tension after the neighbors moved in 3 years ago. The Hayes admit they got off to a bad start when they extended a concrete driveway that crossed a few inches over their property line. They say it has since been fixed.
They came to our property numerous of times.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not a good interaction.
The couple says the exchanges intensified, and the Hayes sought a restraining order against their neighbor that was never granted. And early this year, they were hit with a lawsuit over the holiday lights.
Did they ever come to you to tell you that they had an issue with your lights or with the wind chimes, for example?
Never.
In the lawsuit, the plaintiffs also accuse the Hayes of building a 10-foot fence that violates city code and directing bright lights and noises towards their home. James Hayes says the lawsuit's allegations are simply untrue.
It's causing them emotional distress. They can't sleep. They're stressed out. And, and also the fence that I installed in between our properties, where it was just installed, more just for, privacy, of ourselves.
The Hayes say the wind chime described as loud in the lawsuit is a feng shui gift from their parents, hung where wind is minimal.
The ambient car noise and everything else is, much louder than the wind chime.
A drive down Camellia Drive shows the Hayes home is not the only one lit up. The neighbor's attorney said they would not be commenting on the allegations, but the complaint notes they've suffered insomnia, irritability, and fear, and slept on their living room couch for 6 months to avoid the lights. They're seeking more than $100,000 in damages. They also included these photos of the alleged light reflecting through their windows.
And the thing is you have a 7.5-foot fence in between. I mean, one of the pictures, they have blinds where, if you keep the blinds closed, you wouldn't see it. If you have curtains, close it, it wouldn't be an issue.
So far, the couple says they spent $80,000 fighting this case, but they're not turning off their lights or their traditions.
They just want to restrict light usage on our property where does it end? Where it's not just holiday lights.
Why are they keep on targeting us like this? We're just trying to live our life. We're just trying to just be happy and I can't.
The Hayes filed a legal objection, a demur, arguing the complaint does not meet the standard for a valid legal claim, even if the allegations were true. Their neighbors are objecting this. The Hayes say the judge is asking both parties to mediate, hoping their holiday feud can be resolved outside the courtroom. I'm Hilda Gutierrez, NBC Bay Area. We investigate.
Yeah, blackout curtains. There you go. I think it's every bit their right to have some Christmas decorations up. I don't give a shit. But some people don't like Christmas decorations. They might go to extreme measures like vandalizing Christmas inflatables like this Grinch did.
East Long Beach residents frustrated by vandals who are destroying.
I can see that point, DJ Dub.
Other holiday decor. The acts caught on home security cameras. Fox 11's Rachel Aragon is live near East Willow Street there with why residents believe the suspects continue to target homes in that area. Rachel?
Yeah, all these reports of vandalism we're showing you today seem to be happening just blocks away from each other near El Dorado Park here in Long Beach. Residents I spoke to earlier say they just want to have a peaceful holiday season without their property being damaged.
This is how big the slashes are doing, so they're not replaceable. And then they actually cut it with their knife that they had.
Kat Villarreal says she was shocked to come home a few nights ago and see each of her Christmas inflatables not only deflated, but also punctured.
My husky passed away, and I've been having this one with me for the last 3 years because she's been passed away 3 years. And
oh,
Kat says it's not just her house that's been targeted lately by what appears to be 2 kids or teenagers on the naughty list this year.
Oh, that's so sad.
Video shows them riding around on what neighbors say looks like a red e-bike, slashing inflatables. In this video of another neighbor's home just a few blocks away from Kat's house, you can see the suspect first slitting a polar bear, then walking over to Papa Santa, and then finally stabbing a dinosaur, which is then dragged on the ground. Kat says residents have had enough.
My day was ruined the next morning. I was really upset because how can some kids, they're young kids, you can tell they're kids, going around, popping all these and laughing and just think it's really funny, and it's not funny, it's hurtful.
Kat says she and her partner have already filed a police report.
The whole neighborhood, it's really sad. It was really, really sad.
While residents want the suspects to be stopped, they also want the suspects to know how much time, money, and energy residents put into spreading a little holiday cheer in their own neighborhood.
The kids love walking around this corner and seeing all the decorations. I felt sad. I want them back up. Everyone loves them, but I think that I'm gonna replace them. I mean, it's not cheap.
And we did reach out, of course, to Long Beach Police about all of this. They did respond to us earlier saying they received a call for service for increased patrols in this area on December 20th. They also add to us saying that there was a report of juveniles in the area. They said we were unable to locate any reports of vandalism or theft. But again, as you're seeing from that story right there, it seems like multiple people are reporting this kind of vandalism in this area. And many of these residents are stressing if you own a home, you know how much time and energy goes into, of course, putting up any Christmas decor. Pouring live in Long Beach.
Welcome in. I keep thinking you're making something sweet, but it's that candle.
Was this?
Well, yeah, but that wouldn't be like smell. It's that candle. It smells really good. She brought weed in here again. There's a cat being. Oh, it's over on this side. There's a cat being real lazy right here over my shoulder. What are you drinking? You got some fancy beers, didn't you? This is not the Christmas beer that you wanted. It's a winter white ale. Oh, since you're in here, Since you're in here, oh, she's wearing a Sam Adams shirt. Since you were in here and you absolutely love this, I will play it with you in here. We will skip ahead. This is Asheville, North Carolina. It's a little place called the Biltmore Estate. It gets all fucking decked out for Christmas. Fox News featured it on its 12 days of 12 towns or some shit. 12 towns in 12 days.
Day 10 of the 12 Towns in 12 Days series.
This was today, I think.
I decided to sing.
I did.
Where we visit the most magical Christmas towns in the U.S. every day until Christmas Eve. And today we are in Asheville, North Carolina.
The way you said that was very biblical. On day 10, he sang. This Western North Carolina town offers a magical Christmas with spectacular lights, decorations, and events highlighted by
Light one up, dip one back.
year-old tradition of Christmas at Biltmore, where visitors can create a magical, historic, Gilded Age experience at the estate with over 100 Christmas
Curious who wants to do a night in the
100,000
museum.
lights, live music
At the Biltmore.
evening.
That is gorgeous, that staircase.
Is one of the lead Christmas designers at the Biltmore estate. She joins us now. Lizzie.
Oh, show more pictures, motherfuckers.
That is Christmas.
If only they didn't even do it justice.
Yes, nobody does Christmas like Biltmore, and really we do that just because George Vanderbilt in 1895, when he built Biltmore House, Christmas was the grand opening of his home, and so we try to do it.
She said when they built the whorehouse, didn't they?
Opposite me right now is the 35-foot tall Fraser.
Like, I heard that correctly.
Was installed.
She said when they built the
We
whorehouse.
continue to do that today.
You have one of the most amazing jobs ever, the lead Christmas designer at Biltmore Estate. You're quite literally the
Flo
lead.
heard it too.
Christmas
Curators tell me there's no history of whorehouse. I doubt
And
this.
how much work goes into this?
We really work on Christmas year round, but the actual install and putting trees up and decorating takes about 6 weeks. We kind of start upper floors down in the basement, kind of finishing off actually in this room that I'm standing in, the banquet hall.
What's your favorite part, Lizzie?
I really love just the design process. I love taking an idea, concept, and an inspiration that can be from anything from some upholstery in a room or an archival story that we have of the family celebrating here.
Yeah, this is one of the last stories, but I slipped it forward because you came in.
Enjoy it.
Okay, a couple other
so many families,
cool places.
Annual traditions. The house is decorated completely differently every year, and we take that very seriously to deliver that experience and to really transport guests to a magical Christmas time.
Yeah, and this year you're
Simply having
small
magical
anniversary, so
Christmas
congratulations
time.
to you. Biltmore at Christmas, it seems like a dream, and you are a huge part of the reason why. Lizzie, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Christmas.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Merry Christmas, Steve Ducey. A Minnesota farm transforms into a one-of-a-kind light show, apparently. We're going... I did not.
Holiday lights are on full display right now. Just south of the Twin Cities, you'll find a Christmas light show that's been around for more than half a century.
Clinically what?
Finding Minnesota. John Lauritsen takes us to Keller Farm near Nurstrand for a one-of-a-kind country Christmas.
Born and raised here, yep, my whole life.
For 170 years, Craig Keller's family has farmed near the town of Nierstrand. And in the light of a December day, their place looks like any other.
Oh, this song. I forgot about singing
The
this
sun
song by
goes
the time
down.
you said that.
A transformation takes place.
Probably is technically 60 years ago since, we hung one light and made a couple of homemade candles, and it just grew.
I don't particularly like it. We were in Bob Evans,
To have lights on
and we heard a horrible cover of
to
it.
check it out. But as the years went by, Craig and his brother Keith kept adding things. It became their holiday hobby. Today, the Kellers have more than 1 million lights and 30 different displays.
Wow!
It begins when fall harvest ends.
When we get the crops out of the field, this year is about the 1st of November. Every day we put something up.
And by up, Keith means way up. One of his jobs is to decorate every step of the silo.
How high is that? 60 feet.
It's commitment to do that.
It's commitment. You do it on a nice day.
What they grow on this farm is Christmas cheer. Instead of driving a sleigh, Santa drives a tractor. Instead of supplying feed, this feeder supplies candy canes.
We got a couple of cattle panels up there, which we always print out a Christmas carol.
Much of what you see here on the farm, the Kellers made themselves, and some of their decorations have been around for decades.
Star up there, Dad made that. That's the first thing.
Clearly thinks they grow weed somewhere on the farm.
Grew, the brothers turned the farm into a Christmas light drive-through. They estimate a few thousand people visit every year. Some even bring gifts that the Kellers put to use.
They get sick of putting up Christmas lights. They just say, here, you put them up.
So they do. Because their light show is in the middle of the country, roads need to be plowed, and the prairie winds mean they frequently have to fix their displays.
Or was this Nerdstrom?
Craig and Keith always.
Nerdstrand?
And if somebody comes down that driveway and they're not in the Christmas spirit,
they will be by the time they leave.
I just hope that they come and can enjoy it and get the little bit of the spirit of Christmas in them, you know. It's when the kids come and you can hear them laughing and having fun in the car, that's what makes it all worthwhile, you know.
In Rice County with photojournalist Grant Verdon, John Lordson, WCCO News.
Keller Farm is just a few miles east of Faribault. The display is free and anyone can drive through between 5:30 and 10. They say their busiest nights are Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Their busiest nights are Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Huh. We're going to Montrose. Where's that? Is that California? Montrose in California. Oh, Fox News also did Dollywood, yeah. We just went to Dollywood. Faribault. Oh, that's the same one. What? No. We're going to Montrose. I think it's in California, but I don't fucking know. Mrs. Claus.
Spirit was alive and well in downtown Montrose this weekend as thousands came together for the annual Mrs. Claus for a Cause, a special event organized to bring an impact to families and children around the holidays. Reporter Bobby Patla takes a closer look.
Down in Montrose, the Christmas spirit is all around. As you can see behind me, young kids and families fill the hall for this magical event.
Make some big noise for Mrs. Claus!
The Western Slope was home to a holiday celebration like no other. Over 2,000 Grand Valley residents
didn't see her. Did she deserve a titty slap?
For a cause.
I'm trying not to cry most of the day because
Colorado. It's Colorado.
This is why we do the entire event.
Mrs. Claus herself, Leah Cole, who's also the executive director and founder, started the annual tradition 7 years ago. Her inspiration came after she helped a
Why is everybody commenting on her looks?
Receive groceries and colors.
Was she that good look? I didn't see her.
Organized a small event in her driveway for young families and children with disabilities to visit Santa, receive warm clothes, and celebrate the holidays. From there, Mrs. Claus with a Cause was born.
Oh, I see.
Many families.
Yeah, she can be my GOP mommy.
Some of the kids that are here are now in wheelchairs and they weren't in wheelchairs last year. And some of the kids that were here last year are not here this year. So that
She's probably married to like a dude that owns a car lot.
To try to make these memories for families.
Whether it was snapping photos with Santa, getting their hair cut, picking out gifts, or dancing along with 30 different Disney icons, there was something for everyone. However, not everyone was there to dance along.
Well, the Grinch is a good time. If you would like your child to get a special Grinch treat, which may or may not be a chocolate-covered onion or Brussels sprout, you can request that, and we will give that to the Grinch. Here he is.
While most enjoyed hot cocoa, grilled cheese, and Christmas cookies,
she's a real estate agent.
Fortunate.
How about that one? That one looks pretty good. I think you'll really like it.
Looks like a delicious, delicious.
It's a cake pop.
I love it. All right. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that looks delicious.
What's the Grinch morning at?
It tastes like a cake pop.
I know it looks like a Brussels sprout, but you never know.
It looks like a Brussels sprout. Well, thank you, Mr. Grinch.
Thank you, Mr.
Did not
Grinch.
steal everyone's Christmas, however. Those who took their picture with Santa were invited to pick out an assortment of special gifts.
Every kid that comes here can leave with a brand new winter coat. So if the child that was here doesn't
Aww.
have warm clothing items, we make sure they leave with a beanie or gloves and a jacket. And of course, they get to pick out whatever toys they want.
Cole says this year saw more donors, vendors, and volunteers, all motivated by the same thing, to make a positive impact on all families' lives. And even 7 years later, some of those lives are changed forever.
Honestly, I feel like my purpose is to take care of people and to try to help people. And that's really why I do this. So if I can make their holidays a little bit better, that's what I want to do.
Oh, look at Bubby.
There was no shortage of holiday spirit here today, and as this year's Mrs. Claus for a Cause wraps up, each family will walk away with new memories and a bundle of joy. Reporting in Montrose, I'm Robbie Patla.
The event was free for everyone. Cole tells us
I'm losing people.
throughout the year.
Death and destruction.
$1,000 to
Death and destruction gets. Oh, I'm getting ready to wrap up. Death and destruction gets way more people than
profit for this weekend.
heartwarming Christmas story.
On our website.
No. We're going to a children's hospital in Detroit where a rap duo is doing a toy drive.
Really cool.
So what do you get when you mix Detroit hip-hop and a big burst of holiday spirit?
Hey,
Well,
girl.
you call the results Twisted.
Now, take a look at this flyer for the event that's happening tomorrow in Livonia. The rap duo Twisted is really doing a really good thing for the CS Mott Children's Hospital.
We love that. And we have two of them right here with us. We've got Paul, one of the co-founders of the rap duo Twisted. And give me your name.
I'm Keith.
Keith, Paul and Keith.
Yes.
Guys, okay, first of all, can you just look at the dedication here? That's a lot. We both did a lot of makeup this morning. I love it. I love it.
You look way better than I. I have to cover this face because at 6:30 in the morning, nobody wants to see this.
Oh, you stop it. We love to see it, and we love to see what you brought here today.
Oh, we brought some fun.
This is amazing.
Everything
today. Yeah.
This is so, as an 80s baby, like seeing the Transformer right here, the Optimus Prime right here, you got the He-Man and Skeletor, you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Guys, for one, how did you come up with this toy drive?
We do something every year. A lot of time it goes under the radar. We're not those.
Georgie!
Bring all the cameras.
Their team UICB.
So a lot of it is really down low, but this time we kind of ran.
Pancho
Came
Claus.
off the tour, so we missed Toys for Tots. They had the
Yeah.
cutoff and everything. So we found Mott's, and they were like, "We do it all year." So we're like, "Perfect. Okay, now we need to find the perfect spot." And
that's where you come in.
That's where I
perfect.
come in, yeah. So our
friends.
shop, Time Blaster Toys, 6,500 square foot toy store in Livonia, Michigan.
Oh.
We opened our location just a few months ago in October, and I feel like this event on Sunday is just going to be a great way for a lot of new people to walk through the doors, donate a toy to a good cause.
Aw.
It's going to be a great time.
It also seems like you have some really niche toys here.
Oh yeah.
Right?
These are
Absolutely.
These are all classics here. It's like I'm looking at them, and it's a time warp back to when I was in
Yes,
fourth and
yes.
fifth grade. With the also I see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here. You've got the I didn't even know the Power Glove still existed. It's like you're like an old school game.
Wait, they got a Power Glove?
Nintendo. This toy drive feels like it's something that's really important to you guys. What is it that really makes you want to do this?
Absolutely, because everything.
What you could do with the Power Glove?
I never got as a child.
See, we were all talking about
Never
that. Yeah.
Grew up as broke as you could get, focus, hope, welfare, all of that. So it's like once we got a little semblance of anything, we just wanted to give back the best that we can.
And what does it mean to you to see the kids' faces?
Oh,
Right?
man. I mean, just to have people tell you that
Yeah.
you actually mean something to them. This is a high school dropout from the city of Detroit who's been doing something for 30 years. I haven't worked another job. Like, this is it. And to see people come up and actually say things like that, like, you saved my life or you changed my life. That's Christmas all over again. And let me tell you, there's this elf running around. There's an elf on a shelf thing. I don't know what that thing's deal is, but every time
Elf on a shelf
I think it
thing.
did something to my dogs that's illegal in most states. But watch out for this thing. I don't know if it's everybody's house, but it's definitely in my house. And
So you're a rapper and a comedian.
no, neither one of those things. I'm an old man. If I took this makeup off, you would see that there's nothing but an old conjurer under here.
You know, if folks want to donate
donate, if they want to participate and help, how can they do that?
Just come down and bring a toy, and we'll have stuff signed. Me and Jamie are going to be dressed up like Santa Claus, running around the joint like a couple of idiots, and it'll be fun. Bring your kids. Look at this. Look at this.
The twisted, the Funko.
Yes.
Oh.
Now, the only reason I really wanted to go on that because that happened because of us. Our drive.
How do you use a power glove? Do you
happen, and that is one of our proudest moments.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, huge Funko fan.
What do you use it with?
10 to 12 years before it actually took off. And then when it started to do, I told George, I was like, we need one of these. And he started contacting them, and we started going to meet with them, and they got to see us.
Yeah.
Because on a grand scheme, you know what I mean? There's an M&M Funko.
Right.
And then there's us. You know what I mean?
But you
So
guys have
for
been
us
part of
to
that same
slip
scene,
in there,
though.
yes.
You guys have been a part of that same scene, though, since about 97, 98. And it's
We are the secrets of the industry. We are the ones that nobody wants to address, that everybody is just kind of like, they're probably just like them. We're the assumed. So then when they do meet us, they're like, we were wrong.
Mind blown.
We were wrong.
Yeah.
Like they're nothing like them. Like they're their own people, and that's us. Like it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
There you go. Now
makes
that
sense.
is a spirit. That's
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
this spirit.
I like these guys. I'll look them up.
And again, real quick, if people want to kind of catch in on those good vibes, we've got that information up on your screen.
Yes.
And again, you've got professional photo and pre-authorized holiday cards. It's all going towards CS Mont Children's
Yeah, but
Hospital.
do you have an NES?
In Livonia, make sure you stop by, drop off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is this like a new thing that's been produced?
Oh, you get a hug too.
That like has games built into it that hooks up to your TV, kind of like the retro consoles, or was that an old power glove for an NES? Because that doesn't seem like it would work very well. Okay, so if I come back on tonight, we're gonna do Live Music Monday later. Christmas schedule. We'll do news tomorrow. I promise news. Wednesday is Christmas Eve. I will be on during the day doing classic television Christmas specials that hopefully don't get me copyright popped. We'll probably take out the Rick and Mortys we have on the playlist. Christmas Day. We're going to the movies Christmas night, right, Curiouser? Oh, she can't hear me. She's washing something. I think we're like going to do Chinese and going to the movies Christmas night. I think we're going to watch SpongeBob. I think that was... We're going to the movies Christmas night, right? She still probably didn't hear me because I think there's Wu-Tang going on in the kitchen. Which is cool, but I think that's what. So maybe I'll do some Christmas specials on Christmas Day. On Christmas Eve we usually do a Troll Patrol and watch the sleigh and cover. Usually Biden would take calls from kids and shit, but it's Trump. I don't know if he was taking calls from kids. That would be fun. And we would watch that. So maybe we'll do I'll think about it. Maybe we'll do a Troll Patrol on Christmas Eve. But I've got to be prepared to make Christmas goodies on Christmas Eve afternoon. Let's hear from Pancho Claus. I want to know more about this Pancho Claus. This dude seems cool as fuck. This is in the Houston area.
Welcome back, everybody. Pancho Claus, a Houston hero for decades, handing out
saying it
to
wrong.
kids in need. But this year, he says the need is even greater, saying he's getting twice as many requests for help. I paid him a visit.
Oh, our workshop. This is our base. This is where we are. These are our volunteers.
Welcome to Pancho Claus's workshop. Not in the North Pole, North Houston, in the Greens Point area.
This is where we have our toys stored. We need toys all year round. We give out toys for Easter and school supplies.
Doesn't seem like they're showing it, but he has a lowrider.
Emergency like COVID.
But for Pancho Claus, it's kind of an emergency right now. He says the need is greater now for a host of reasons. Government layoffs, the temporary loss of SNAP benefits for some, and fear in the community.
We have ICE here, so a lot of people are hiding and can't go to work. They don't have money for presents, you know?
Add to that, he says fewer donations are coming in what has been tougher times for his supporters.
It is heartbreaking to see the need be so great.
It is heartbreaking because whatever your politics are, whether you're on this side or that side, the children, it's not their fault.
There he is, Pancho Claus.
The man behind the shades in the Santa Zoot
There we go.
Richard Reyes. He's
Santa Zoot Suit.
4 decades now. And in recent years has been through some hardships. Earlier this year, vandals smashed up his lowrider, and the health problems, heart attacks, bypass surgery, and now he has a pacemaker.
Pancho Claus, how's your health?
I feel 100%.
Fabulous news for all the kids in need in the Houston area counting on him and the volunteers who love him.
How important is this volunteering right now?
Volunteering is like, you dream big and you work hard and you want to give back to your community. That's what it's all about.
So if Santa Claus has elves, what does Pancho Claus have?
What does Pancho have? His posse.
His posse.
The hard work continues.
Thank you for turning us on to this, Cicero.
Every child.
I love Pancho Claus.
And Pancho Claus, he's 74 years old, but it's great to see him in good health now.
Yeah, I
Good
tell
stuff.
you what, he
Yeah,
looks
good stuff.
terrific, and thumbs up to his posse, too.
Right, for sure.
That was awesome. Okay, let's do one more before we do the kitty story here. Let's go to Hawaii. I've got several more of these we're going to do throughout the week.
A Makakilo resident has been bringing plenty of Christmas magic to the community. Let's go holo holo to Kevin's Christmas Lights extravaganza.
Kevin's Christmas light. Oh my God!
And
That is indeed an extravaganza.
Christmas, and it's like a Christmas wonderland.
It's a home along Waukele Street in Makakilo, bringing joy to all ages.
When you walk up, it feels very warm. The lights are very joyous, and all the details and time. The village is super cool.
Definitely worth it.
That's a lot.
Definitely.
Fun and so cool. Did you like it?
And the creative mind behind the magic?
It's an uncontrollable habit of mine. I just want to get bigger and better every time to get more smiles out of people.
Kevin Francis.
Originally, I'm from Rhode Island, and then I joined the Marine Corps in '87.
Rhode Island is not a real thing.
This was my home. When me and my wife got married back in '94, we would drive around, because we lived in an apartment in Waipahu, so we'd drive around and see other people's lights. Throughout the years, we saw it was getting less and less, so we said that we'd decorate for people to come visit our house, just to repay the people that we got to go see, as we were not affording it. So
wow. Igloo, welcome in, my friend.
And we love it. It's kind of turning into a dream that everybody could have and just go and be enthralled by lights.
I'm curious, or you should see this. Like
Christmas at every house. So we started in the front, we worked out.
Oh, Igloo, Curiouser says hi. Like, this is insane.
The garage door was always down. I had all the village pieces because that's all we could collect in an apartment. And I started doing a village.
Well, come to the village. I love doing that. That's my thing.
That's Kevin's wife, Cheryl. Together, the couple starts putting up nearly 400 pieces of decor in October each year.
It's a little stress, but it's fun at the same time.
She says it's a little stress, but it's fun at the same time.
Late, and I have to help out and put everything together.
Fun stress.
And then I fix it all.
My neighbors, my daughter-in-law, they've been helping come out to pass out candy canes and greet people because it has grown more than one person.
But many are curious about one thing.
The electric. How much does he pay for electric?
I'm curious about it too. Hopefully Hawaiian Electric watches this and gives me a break. I don't know.
Hopefully Hawaii Electric watches this and gives me a break.
I see.
Igloo said it at the same time they asked him the
Has
piece.
been doing this for the last 18 years. And although Kevin wakes up at 3 a.m. for work,
Would you like a candy cane?
he steps out at 6 every night.
Holiday, you've been slacking on shout outs.
First time here?
Yeah, first time.
But Mom, she did what she
Throw us one for Minnie when you get a chance as well.
She could to make us happy.
This dude's cool. I love this.
Everything in her power. So I'm trying to do everything in my power to bring happiness to other people.
I think all the time and energy that Mr. Kevin put into decorating.
His name is Mr. Kevin.
The joy and the spirit of giving for the holidays.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Please come back again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I had so much fun getting to explore Kevin's Christmas lights extravaganza. So he actually stores all the decorations.
No, you want to see this next one
and
too.
adds that he and his wife changes his setup every year. So the lights will be up until New Year's Eve. If
Yeah, you probably
have a
get
hidden
another hit
gem,
out of
special
it.
place, or interesting person in your town,
I could
want
pack
to
'em
hear
on,
about
yes.
it, send an email to holoholo@hawaiinews.com.
Hoholio. Okay, so this happened in Virginia. A cat at a cat cafe caused the cafe to flood. Mischievous bastard.
Virginia Cat Cafe is temporarily closed after flooding.
It's a catastrophe.
It wasn't because of bad weather or a broken pipe, but instead a mischievous feline who likes to play around near the sink.
Anarchy cat.
I'll tell you why in a moment. This is so funny. Madison McNamee has the story.
Humming fans and ripped open drywall, the new decor inside the perfect bean after volunteers walked into a catastrophe last week.
She used the catastrophe.
While most might assume plumbing issues, owner Michelle Langham knew it was more of a four-legged problem.
Roller.
I've seen him sort of playing with the faucet, and we were working on coming up with a way to turn it, off.
While most felines hate water, not Roller. A 5-month-old tuxedo cat dropped off just days.
That cat is innocent.
And we are at the crime scene right now. Also
Free
known
Roller.
as Roller's Playground. This is the sink that the little kitty was getting into when the place started to flood.
We believe that he moved the towel into the drain and then turned on the faucet.
Silent,
so
welcome
the towel
in.
plugged the drain, the faucet could not drain out, and everything just overflowed.
Ruining the space that just opened in mid-August. The Perfect Bean is the city's only cat cafe. When you walk in, it looks like a normal coffee shop, which the bottom level is. But on the second floor, it resembles a living room.
The cats are more comfortable. When the cats come here,
Oh, so the coffee shop is on the bottom floor.
for them to take
and
more
then on the
cats
top floor,
from
there's
shelters.
more cats.
And customers can pay to hang out with them too. It's a home to the felines until they are adopted, but that means the cats stay here even when the cafe is closed.
He was like splashing around in the water, like loving it. So a lot of the other he was water skiing.
He was water skiing.
On the high spots to stay, dry, and they were like not happy, but he was having a grand time.
The rebuild isn't as fun. Floors and walls have to be reinstalled. The hope is to open before the new year. Until then, the Perfect Bean is taking
we were doing a
donations
movie
to keep
on
its employees
Christmas night,
paid.
right?
It's pretty overwhelming, but we have had so much support from the
I
community.
did not hear a
As for
word
the
of that.
cats, they're all in foster homes for now, including Roller.
Oh, look at him in the sink.
Finding his way into sinks.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Oh, I am cackling.
Installed. The hope is to open before the new year. Until then, the Perfect
That
Bean
looks
is
like
taking
that cat.
donations to keep its employees paid.
It's pretty overwhelming, but we have had so much support from the community.
As for the cats, they're all in foster homes for now, including Roller, who is still finding his way into sinks.
Oh, I am cackling. So the reason this is so funny because this weekend we fed our cats 1 hour later than we usually do, and they did not like that.
They didn't like
Two of them
being fed an hour
found the
later.
wire under our sink and chewed through it, and it was spraying water for like 2 hours. Yeah.
Did it flood your bathroom?
It was pretty wet down there, and Van was a very angry fella, and so he was under there. He's like, "Oh, these cats!" And so he had to run to Home Depot, and then he found the little tape, and the kitties were just sitting there watching.
Once again, news tomorrow.
That's what happens. I mean,
Christmas special on Christmas Eve day.
Stuff they kind of like want to be in there, but not too much.
Okay.
But just like a little splashing.
I hear
We'll play it by ear on Christmas Day.
not so much cats that don't like water. It's like a myth.
I know, it really is actually, out of curiosity. So craziness. Well,
those darn cats.
Those
mischievous little fellas.
Yeah, but I'm sure with Kringle, I mean, was he kind of
Kringle?
He's not a chewer, but he does.
He's an escape artist.
An escape artist. Yeah, he likes to escape. He likes to jump very high fences.
Very high.
And that's not great when he also loves to run and run away from people.
Yeah. So we've got our own issues.
Those things combined is not great.
Yeah, flooded bathrooms and escape artists.
Yeah.
Let's go see the noisy immigrant.
Cat.
I'll show you the cat one more time in the sink because
But we
it's too
have
fucking
so much
funny.
support from the community.
As for the cats, they're all in.
I'll probably be back later on tonight. We'll do some sort of
finding his way
Christmas
to
music.
6.
Maybe Barry Manilow. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Light one up, tip one back.
And this is so funny because this week.